Hello everyone, it's good to see you all again. We're just gonna start the stream, let a few people join in, and then we'll start. What's up everyone? Y'all are placing bets on how late I'm gonna be. Okay, let's get this started right now. Hello everyone. Okay, oh, chat's gone. There we are. It's good to see you all again. Watch pretty. The pay up rem is mid. What exactly were the bets you guys were doing? Where's the background music? Let's get some background music. Why is it not here? Give me a sec. There, it's here. Gotta copy and paste it to this one. Oh, no, that's not good. There we go. Hello, everyone. Hey, everyone. Okay. It's good to see you all again. Okay, so I dropped a thing in the description where you guys can submit something if you want me to talk about it. I'm just gonna switch to desktop here. Yeah, there is a Google Forms for topics. It's all right here, and it'll pop up on my screen right here. And if there's anything you guys want to talk about, you can just submit it there, or we can just talk in chat and stuff. So whatever's cool. Long time no see. Yeah, it's been a while. Whenever I start really getting into the video, I was like, oh, okay, I really want to get this done now. I basically just like kind of drop off most of social media and stuff and like go on it a lot less and like obviously stop streaming as well. And I just like, okay, really get this video done. So now it's done. So have you heard about Danganronpa? Yes, I have. I was actually streaming that like very early on, but like I ended up stopping because it was gonna take me forever at that pace. And everyone was starting to get bored of it, so yeah, it's fine. Long time no see, guys. Brain cells are few and vast. Okay. I can just look at these. Danganronpa is an amazing game and anime. Yeah, it seems pretty good so far. I need it. I have a bad habit of starting stuff and not finishing it when it comes to games. What is your favorite anime? Probably Steins Gate. That's either that or Konosuba. Oh, we're getting a lot of responses here. Oh man. What do you think of Turtle? I've never heard of that. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna look at these submissions now because at this rate, it's probably gonna stack up fairly quickly. What is your opinion on anime live-action movies? Well, they suck. I'm pretty sure that's like the general opinion. They're not usually very good live-action adaptations of anime for obvious reasons. Like, it just doesn't work usually. Okay, we're getting a lot of questions here. What is a food that you now love / like, but when you were a kid you disliked or hated it? That's a hard question because as a kid, I basically just ate anything that my mom would give me. I'd say that like there's not much. Usually it's just whenever I was given something as a kid, I would eat it, and it was that. That was that. Bro, the live action series that Itaranakis is amazing. Oh, okay. So of course it'd be a lesser known one, probably. It's trash, but it's good trash. In what way now? In what way is it good? Is it good in a so bad it's good kind of way, or is it just actually unironically good? Do you like pizza? Of course I like pizza. Brandon, watch Cyberpunk yet? I have watched the first episode. Now that I've finished the video, I'm finally like, okay, I can finally watch anime again. So I did, in fact, watch the first episode. It's really interesting. I'm probably going to continue it. I also watched the first episode of, what was it called? Anohana. Yeah. I watched the first episode of that as well. So I'm watching both of those right now, and yeah, they seem really good. Do you play video games? No, I don't play that many video games, if I'm being honest. There are a bunch that I've been meaning to play. Stuff like, I started playing Hollow Knight. It was really, really good, but I never completed it. Same thing with like Ori and the Blind Forest, and Doki Doki Literature Club. That was also really good. But yeah, overall, I'm not a gamer. But I do play some games. I also want to play The Last of Us, but I don't have a PS4 or anything. So you'll be crying at the end of Anohana. That's what I'm in for. That's what I signed up for. It's hopefully. Oh, Dr. Nefarious says it's hopelessly overacted, which makes it cringe and hard to watch. Now that I write it, I don't know why I watched both seasons in the movie. So it's like the anime was bad, so the live action adaptation was just gonna be like a hot fiery mess either way, but an entertaining one. That's what it sounds like. If that's true, watch Angel Beats. Oh, I've also got that tab open right now, and I'm definitely going to watch that soon as well. He probably plays Genshin Impact. I don't actually. Part of me is kind of scared too, because it's just like, what would happen if I were to play Genshin? Like, I'm not the type of person who gets addicted to stuff, but like, you know, the fact that it's a gacha game is a little bit of a turn off. So, did somebody say Genshin? Okay. You know, I'm going to look at these some of these now, and I'm going to talk about it because people took their time to submit them. So, who would win in a fight? Subaru's depression or Subaru's PTSD? Now, see, these are the real questions. This is the types of questions that I'm looking for. No, who? What do you mean Saitama versus Goku? Who cares? The writer decides who wins. But in this situation, I don't know how to actually answer that question. Am I actually going to think about this question seriously? Probably Subaru's PTSD, since that's probably since I don't think Subaru's necessarily depressed, since he does feel things. But his PTSD is going to be very hard for him to get rid of. Tips for upcoming YouTubers. Love your content, by the way. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay, but tips for upcoming YouTubers, I'd say to be the change that you want to see, essentially. Like, if generally, this is what I do. Whenever I see that there's a need for something, I go, damn, I really wish someone would make a video on this in this certain way. Then I just go, well, I'll do it. And there's always going to be a need for that. So whenever there's something where it's just like, I want to watch this, so I'm going to go out of my way to make that. And just to be consistent with it, and just to keep improving, keep going, and to just slowly course correct it along your way. That's probably a really good tip. There's so many things to dive into when it comes to YouTube, so it's, as a general, it's a bit hard to give general advice as a blanket term. like I can give lots of specific advice as well, but we'd be here all day. But yeah, as a general thing, I'd just say to make content that you want to see. Definitely one of the biggest pieces of advice that I'd give to new and upcoming YouTubers. If you want, okay, Chad says, if you want to get into video games that are in the same ballpark as anime, I can't recommend the Nier series enough. Oh, Nier Automata. Yeah. Those are definitely ones that I want to check out as well. Nier, the Nier series. The main reason I haven't done it yet is like, is it hard? Is it difficult? Because at the same time, I'm very much a beginner. I'm not very good at games. Like, as anyone who's seen any of my previous streams where I did try and play games would see, I colossally failed at it, so... Okay. You should watch Every Day is Fun with a Dog and a Cat. It's a good anime and every episode is a minute, so you can finish it in 24 minutes. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, each episode is only a minute long. That is very interesting. I'll keep that in mind. The one and only hit mobile Genshin... Okay. I'm just gonna put it out there, the opening tourney sucked. Hey, don't direct that at me. Everyone wanted to do it, so I just went, okay, I'll let you guys do it. I think I had my doubts about it as well. Because like, you know, it's not a visual thing. You have to actually physically go out of your way to listen to it. And things are definitely gonna go wrong from that. But I just went, yeah, whatever. If you guys really want it, I'll let you do it. But you know, it's okay. It's done. Is everyone doing good today? Yes, we are. The Nier games can be kind of hard. They do have a learning curve, but there's an easy difficulty level that makes it easy to get used to. Oh, okay. That's cool. If we're talking... Yeah, not only Nier, but also God Eater and Xenoblade are series that you should check out as well. Okay. Yeah, because the ones that I'm definitely most interested in are like more story-based games and stuff like that. That's why I also want to play The Last of Us. One game... the one game that I actually... The games that I actually finished, I think, so far is just Doki Doki Literature Club and Undertale, because they're both fairly short compared to most games. So generally, if they're really long, I'll play it, but I won't finish it. Oh, also the Stanley Parable. That one's also really cool. I like that one. That one was fun. Brandon, where's the link so I can submit a response? It's in the description. You'll have to refresh the page maybe, since it wasn't there at the start of the stream. Oh, thank you, The Sleeping Toast, $10. This is a kind of unpopular opinion, but I think Rem is mid. Man's trying to start our chaos again. For anyone who doesn't know what this is about, in the last stream we had a full-on war. With me, Notaku, and Darkness. They were part of the stream as well, and we were just, it was just a terrifying war and stuff. We were just like, ah, and like Darkness straight up got Rem's voice actor on Cameo, and she just basically wrote an entire thing for her to read out, so that she'd call me out, basically like, Brandon, Rem is mid, are you kidding me? And it was the funniest thing ever. And the more angry they get about it, the more I want to do it. So it's just a fun thing, because every time I say it, it makes them angry. So I keep doing it. I'm petty like that. Yeah, I know. How did Bloody Stream lose to SA in the opening turn? Just people say stuff.
This is kinda an unpopular opinion.
Oh.
But I think Rem is mid.
A bit of a delayed thing there. But yes. Oh yes, there is a... It will actually read out the super chats now for me. So I can't miss anything. And it will physically have to... So if you guys want to have fun with that, go ahead and have fun. God, that could cause all sorts of disasters or funny things. But yes, it will now read it out. People think I'm crazy for saying that the story is always as important in-game as the actual gameplay. Yeah. It depends on the preference. I definitely think both are just as important. But generally, when it comes to games, the gameplay is probably... It depends on what the game's trying to do. Some games are more story-based and focused, and some are more gameplay-focused. I'd say that, like, so long as the game is doing what it was trying to do, then, yeah. That's successful. Do you know about any animes without all the fan service / inappropriate parts? Thanks, dude. Love your video so much. Oh, thank you. Okay. So, I'm not really sure what you're currently watching, because like a lot of the anime that I'm watching actually barely have any fan service. But I definitely recommend just looking at more. It's hard. I'm watching Anohana right now, and I don't think that has any fan service. It depends on what your tolerance for fan service even is, or what you consider to be fan service. Because I feel like most anime have some kind of sexual themes here or there, but like I wouldn't consider that fan service, because like a lot of the time sometimes it's important, sometimes it's just more of a background thing that lasts for like 2 seconds and then goes away for the rest of the show. So I don't know. But I definitely recommend, because again, I don't know how experienced you are with anime and stuff like that. If you're watching a lot of shonen series, there's definitely going to be a lot of that. So I'd probably look more towards like drama type series and stuff like that. Attack on Titan is great, and that's a shonen, and it doesn't have any fan service. That's one. I'd also look at more. There's also a lot of slice of life shows, and a lot of them just don't have fan service at all. Kaguya-sama is actually really good, and it has like, even though it tackles sexual subject matter from a dialogue perspective, it doesn't actually have any fan service at all, actually, which is really cool. And also High School DxD. Just kidding. Oh no, not Rem is mid again. Okay, question 2. If Hack was an anime, would you watch it? HAK. What's HAK? What does HAK stand for? Can you respond to me with that? Because I'm not sure what HAK stands for. In the same vein as DDLC... Oh, but damn, I'm really behind. I'm sorry, guys. In the same vein as DDLC, there's a game called You and Me and Her on Steam that's quite similar. I've just started it myself, and it seems great. I would recommend looking it up. Okay, cool. Guys, if there's anything that you're recommending to me, I don't have a very good memory, so just comment it in the comments below after the stream so that I don't forget it. What is Rem? I'm so confused. Okay, she's from ReZero. ReZero is also really good. I'm quite sure that doesn't have any fan service. I'm quite sure it doesn't. Like, I don't remember anything, at least. It's also pretty violent though, and psychological. So like, you're probably, from what it sounds like, you might be a bit of a newcomer to anime, possibly, to not have heard of ReZero since it's fairly big. But yeah, Rem is huge. Rem is a type of sleep. What is up with Asians with British accents all over the place? I have a British accent now? I don't know. My accent seems to go all over the place depending on the people listening to me, so... The High School DxD also has a little fan service. Yeah, okay. What do you mean? That's such a wholesome and zero fan service anime. What anime did you completely forget? Oh no, that was before when I was talking about Anohana, I'm quite sure, but I remembered it. Bit of a hot take, but even though she has less screen time, I like Ram more than Rem. I feel like she's more responsible. Not gonna lie, I like Ram better as well, but like, not necessarily because of the responsible part, but just because I like her personality more, and the fact that she's consistently roasting Subaru, and there's not like anything romantic between them. That's just kind of a thing that they have, and that's cool. I like that a lot better. Bible Flag and Future Club have very little fan service compared to most anime. You're gonna give this guy a heart attack. Stop it. You guys keep recommending the weirdest stuff. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, Ram is kind of mid though. Don't let Notaku hear you say that. He's gonna be raging. PA Works is so underrated as a studio. The shows tend to stay away from fan service. Kongmin, Aquatope, Sakura Quest. Yeah, exactly. I found that, like, I don't know. I hear a lot of people complaining about fan service, but then I look at the anime that I'm actually watching, and not many of them actually have that much fan service. So I'm just like, maybe you guys are just watching the wrong anime. Like, maybe they're just watching a lot of mainstream shonen series or something, and those tend to have fan service, but I don't watch those anymore. So Hey, Brandon, I've submitted a lovely response for you to read. Okay, I'm gonna return back to these now, because I've got 16 of them and they keep piling up. I really need to set a timer, so that I don't end up going for way too long. Oh yeah, Kyoto as well. Kyoto Animation is great as well, and I'm quite sure pretty much everything they do has no fan service as well. Literally anything from Kyoto Anime is great for not having egregious fan service, except maybe Haruhi. Haruhi has fan service? I was not expecting that. I would not have gotten that vibe from it. I'm about to watch it, so I won't mind it anyways. For me, fan service is like, meh. I don't really care if it's there or not, so long as the story's good. Wondering which Elena had the no panties rule because the studio is making it produce shows like Konosuba prior. Okay. So, do you like Breaking Bad? Yes, I do. I've seen the first season of it, and it's really good. I need to watch the rest of the seasons, because so far I've only seen the first season. But yeah, it's very good. It's very well written and all that stuff, all that sort of thing. The Martian. What does that mean, The Martian? You're not asking for anything? But I assume you're talking about the movie called The Martian. And yes, that is also a great movie. It is very well written. I loved it. Okay, what is one show that will totally recommend? It depends on what people have seen and what they haven't seen. But if I'm going to recommend one show for today that I highly recommend that a lot of people see, it'd be A Place Further Than the Universe. I love that show so much. It is basically just it has no fan service as well, which is great. And it's basically just like this slice of life drama. Basically, it's kind of slice of lifey, but it has a plot. And it's just basically about these 4 girls who are going to Antarctica and they're going on this journey, and it is great and really emotional. So, and there's just a lot of great scenes from it that I just absolutely love. And I don't want to spoil anything, since I feel like that's probably a show that not a lot of people watching this have seen. But yeah,
High School DxD Season 5 will be wholesome.
High School DxD. Yes, I mean, that could be correct. Stuff can be wholesome and not have fan service. They aren't necessarily mutually exclusive. Okay. Matt, okay, what's up guys? Just passing by to let you all know that Brandon's the GOAT. Yay! Thank you, MXR. Based comment. Phantom World, yeah, okay. Do you know Kakegurui? Oh no, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. And honestly, it didn't seem as interesting, but like, that's just because I've seen it in passing. If I see a lot about it and it starts seeming more interesting, then I'll probably watch it. But that's only if it like catches my attention and stuff. Maybe the people complaining about fan service are actively seeking out series with fan service and nothing else. Yeah, I don't think they're particularly seeking out fan service. I just feel like a lot of them are still very much stuck with the mainstream anime and not like expanding their horizons more to other genres, since I feel like anime isn't really that bad when it comes to fan service with a lot of those other types of shows. It's mostly just the mainstream stuff that gets popular, which I don't really watch anymore, so... Haruhi isn't awful about fan service and is there to exaggerate elements of Haruhi's personality more than anything, but it's definitely there. Okay, because like, I saw the bunny suit and stuff, which she was performing with, but I didn't really see that as fan service really that much, because it wasn't like, it was just a costume. It didn't even seem that like sexualized or anything. But yeah, Free from Kirani also has fan service, but more of the guys than the girls. Yeah, that makes sense. High School DxD goated. Well, I'm not lying. I'm not for real. They announced it publicly. Wait, they actually said that? Straight up? They just went, oh yeah, season 5 of High School DxD is gonna be wholesome. I'm still watching High School DxD season 1 so far. So, you know. I know it's not true, but I think it's close enough for me to say that A Place Further Than the Universe is a perfect show. I mean, yeah, I just really loved it. It's such a great show. It might not be for everyone and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just so great all around. Just so many great scenes. and well-directed scenes. It was really funny and it was really emotional as well. I especially love just the very last part of the anime, like the very last scene where it just casually drops this little thing that completely contextualizes what this background character was doing for the entire series, and it just made it that much more awesome. Like, yo, that is great. I'm trying not to give away details and stuff like that, since I feel like a lot of people here haven't seen it, but watch the show. It is great. Okay. Which anime are you looking forward to the most for next season? Oshinoko is certainly high on my list. It is certainly high on my list as well. I'm definitely watching Oshinoko next season. I haven't actually checked out a lot of the stuff that's coming out next season. I'll need to look at that. Do you think I should do a separate stream for that? Like just going through all the different stuff that's coming out next season and just going, oh, this one seems interesting, this one not as much. I mean, considering that I don't watch that much anime in the first place, it's probably not, I'm probably just end up going, yeah, I'm not gonna watch 99% of these, but I will watch this one. But you know, it'd still be fun to go through it and stuff. Okay, want to scroll past some of the other responses before I post mine, but don't want to get locked out. Don't worry, I haven't locked anything yet, and if it's here, then I kind of have to. There will be a point where I lock it. So if you want to submit something, submit it now. Brandon, what is your opinion on my opinion, that being that water is overrated and only good at night and cold? I am very much of the opposite opinion. Water is good for you. You should drink it more. Drink your water. It's healthy. Is that the most overrated OP SAO in the background? Yes, indeed it is. It's just the background music. Oh, did the stream freeze? Is everything okay? Okay, whatever. Fan service is always used wrong. Fan service is supposed to be used to get your attention for something important to the storyline, but it's never used that way unless it's Monogatari. Okay, yeah, I've heard a lot of stuff about how Monogatari's fan service is used and like how it's actually kind of like done good. So that I'm actually looking forward to. Monogatari is definitely something that I'm going to watch eventually. So please do that stream about the upcoming shows. Okay, sure. Yeah. Just posted now anyways though, but thanks Brandon. Yeah, sure. Eating is a social construct. There are some shows next season that sound really interesting, but nobody's talking about them at all. Okay. Whoever says... Earlier was Giorno's theme, correct? I don't know. It's just a default thing with compilation with all these different songs. Okay, whoever says High School DxD Season 5 will be wholesome is lying. The government has been oppressing me. Okay, turning back to these now. Okay, what's your suggestions for new anime watchers? Okay, so for people who have never watched anime before, essentially, and for people who have basically just, and very interesting right from their first episode, everyone's seen it, everyone knows about it, there's a lot of people to talk about with it, since like even people in real life that you might know who watches anime will probably have seen Death Note, either that or Demon Slayer, because that is also very huge, has gorgeous animation, it introduces you to all the tropes that you've never, it introduces you to all the tropes that you might not have seen before, so that when other anime that are better break those tropes, you appreciate it more, and like you kind of get what everyone's talking about, and like it's very easy to follow along with. So I definitely recommend those two. If you're already started watching those and are fairly new to anime still, I'd probably recommend watching Hunter x Hunter next, because that is like a classic shonen, but it also like it kind of flips a lot of, it shadows a lot of expectations as well. So you can watch it if you're still a new anime watcher, and also enjoy it as if you're a more seasoned anime watcher who wants to see some of those tropes be broken. Hunter x Hunter also does an amazing job just all around because it's a great show. So I definitely recommend Hunter x Hunter to everyone. Yeah, okay. Was fan service only supposed to be lewd, or is it literally anything that services the anime's fan and the audience? Okay, in this context, we're just using the word fan service because we don't want to say like sexy scenes. Because, you know, it can be a bit crude to say sometimes, so like it's just easier to say fan service because it's less, yeah. Your stream keeps on freezing. Okay, I am so sorry about that. There's something going on with my internet. Maybe I need to refresh my page. Let's just hope that it continues on, well. Okay. Well, Your Lie in April, you want them to get attached immediately and cry immediately. I gotta watch Your Lie in April as well. Death Note has pretty good pacing. I hear the Demon Slayer has good art and animation as well, but yeah, exactly. It's great for newer people. And like, it's super popular. Everyone's seen it. My friend... Okay. Okay. So, those are my suggestions for new anime watchers. Okay, the best openings in anime. That's a difficult one. I feel like there are a lot of openings that I haven't seen yet. Some that I've really loved are the Attack on Titan openings. Those are absolute peak openings in my opinion, because they're just masterfully directed. Everything about them, like, they're just like, especially like I still love season 1's opening. I know it's been like played over and over and over again to the point where everyone's gotten desensitized to it, but like, if you forget about it and rewatch it again and stuff, you really realize like, damn, this was huge for a reason. Like, that Attack on Titan probably has some of the best openings in anime in my opinion. Like, Definitely is great. That is the case until they kill. Hey, no, don't spoil for the new people. Things go downhill from that point fast. Yeah, I mean, I agree that it wasn't as interesting, but I'd still say that overall it's still fairly solid, and the ending wrapped things up very well. So I'd still say it's really good. Do you like the new art style or older art style for Attack on Titan? I like both, actually. Like, I actually genuinely like the way that it's going. I'm glad that Wit did the first 3 seasons, but I'm also glad that Mappa did the 4th season, because I feel like if there was going to be a time to change studios, it should have been then, because that's when the time skip happened. This is when everything about the story has also completely changed, so it's really fitting to have a different studio change there, because it kind of emphasizes that, how different the story is now, and it fits really well. So I just like both. I'm really glad that it did that. Like, I know a lot of people have trashed Mappa at first, but I really appreciate the job that they've done, especially in like final season part 2. They really upgraded the animation there as well. I still remember the war between the Gurren no Yumiya's lovers and the Sasageo lovers. Oh man, I don't think I was there for that, but I'm pretty sure that I saw that in passing. I didn't mean to spoil anything. I was just so frustrated with that decision. That's okay. But yeah, just like try to keep things in mind for the newbies. Okay, go check out To Your Eternity. Okay. To Your Eternity seems super interesting to me, but not gonna lie, the main reason I'm interested in watching it is for the first episode, and I'm not looking forward, because like a lot of people have kind of said that it got less interesting as it progressed, which so it could have been like, you know, start really strong, but then the rest of it's not quite as good. So I'm not really looking forward to that. I don't know, this is just based on what I've heard, but yeah. I'm depressed to hear my first anime was Your Lie in April, then Toradora, then Angel Beats, then Anohana. Oh man, you really just piled all the depression on top of you, huh? That is really unfortunate. Okay. Movie/show recommendations. Doesn't need to be anime. Okay, since I've already recommended anime, one more that I want to recommend then is Wolf Children, since I actually recommended that on the previous stream as well, so I'm not going to go into that in detail here, but I also want to mention Wolf Children because it is also an amazing movie and really emotional and like just super well written all around. But for stuff that doesn't necessarily need to be anime, what is some really good stuff I've seen recently? Ooh, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. That movie was amazing. Everyone needs to see that right now. Like, just, it doesn't matter who you are, you can enjoy that movie because it is great. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. And also, I really enjoyed Top Gun: Maverick. That movie is also amazing. And also Everything Everywhere All at Once. All absolutely amazing movies. I don't want to recommend too much because then people are just going to not watch any of them. But I'll keep it at that for now. Oh, Shutter Island! I actually watched that movie! Oh man, okay. Shutter Island is an experience. Just like, don't search up anything on the movie. Don't look up anything on the movie. Just watch it. It has Leonardo DiCaprio in it, and it's directed by, I forgot who it was directed by, but Shutter Island is such an interesting movie. Absolutely mind-blowing to me. Yeah, it was directed by Martin Scorsese of all people. So, you know, kind of a critically acclaimed director. Just everyone needs to watch that. That is such, oh man. Brandon, love you, brother. Thank you. Oh, Wolf Children was amazing. It had so many hidden meanings. Like, it was so sentimental. Exactly. And I just loved the relationship between the mother and her children and stuff, because like that's what a lot of the movie was about, but it was just done so well. You really felt for the mom, and it really put you into her position, and how you'd feel about protecting these kids and stuff. Like, and the entire wolf thing was kind of an allegory for that. It was kind of to put us into the situation of what a lot of mothers would go through, where it's just like, we don't want to be too restrictive of them, but we're also really scared because like we take our eye off of them for 2 seconds and they could just, anything could happen. And it really has that kind of fear throughout the whole movie. And it's just done so well. Everyone, Jesus is speaking to me, he's saying, get off your Genshin and watch Shutter Island. Okay. Have you seen Girls on Panzer? No, I haven't, but I have heard quite a bit about it. I'm not quite sure what it's about, but you know, I might watch it at some point. Leonardo DiCaprio is such a good actor. Yeah, for real. Absolutely. My anime watching came in layers. I started with shows that I watched casually on accident. Then when I was mixed feelings about anime, then tried to catch up with friends and learn about them and now to enjoy. Yeah, cool. That's cool. Okay, I know it's not a movie, but the one non-anime recommendations I would give to literally everyone is Avatar. Oh man, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah, that show is a masterpiece from start to finish. I feel like a lot of people get introduced to anime through Avatar, which is the main reason why I didn't recommend it. But if you haven't watched Avatar, watch Avatar. Like, that's just non-negotiable. Everyone needs to see Avatar. I would recommend In This Corner of the World or Princess Mononoke. Yeah, I haven't seen any of those either though, so I'll actually need to watch this. I loved Wolf Children, and it's my favorite Mamoru Hosoda movie. Yeah, it's just so great. It has something to do with girls and tanks. Wow, thank you. I've literally just finished Steins Gate for the second time, still in top 3. Definitely watching again in the future. Oh man, Steins Gate is just everything. Probably, I'd recommend Steins Gate for more like people who aren't super new to anime, since, you know, it's very, very different from most anime. But I definitely recommend Steins Gate if you're familiar with anime and watched quite a few. Oh, speaking of Avatar, I heard Avatar: The Way of Water was good. Yeah, it was pretty good. I haven't seen the first Avatar in ages, so I can't really compare them properly. But yeah, it was a good movie. It was decent. Obviously, the visuals were the best part by far. But yeah, it was an overall solid movie. But if I had one movie to recommend the most, though, it'd definitely be like a Puss in Boots, which happens to release around the same time and deserves just as much attention. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this now. Oh man, we're getting a lot of response. Okay. Oh, I think I had one more. Invincible. Also watch Invincible. Like, I feel like a lot of people have seen it, but like, if you haven't, Invincible is absolutely amazing. And like, it's just... I'm kind of tired from like explaining what all these different shows are, sorry. But like, it's just, I feel like I'm saying the same thing about all of these. Just, it's such an amazing show, so well written and stuff. But like, seriously, Invincible is basically, you know, just doing a thing on the entire superhero thing. But like, it's like really well written for all of it. And like, it just does so much completely differently. And I feel like this, in this case, is probably the best cases of the quote-unquote evil Superman that I've ever seen. Like, I feel like a lot of the evil Superman thing isn't quite done very well, but with Invincible, it is done spectacularly, absolutely. So just, and be prepared for the trauma as well. Okay, Invincible is incredible, exactly. Oh, Claymation, Pinocchio, and Everything Everywhere All at Once deserve their titles. Exactly. I didn't watch the Oscars, but I hope Puss in Boots: The Last Wish got one too last week. Yeah, I didn't watch it either, but like apparently people were actually fairly satisfied with how the Oscars went, which is a rarity considering that like doesn't really happen that much. Like, so yeah, kudos to the Oscars for actually listening to people maybe this time. Okay. Do you know if Bucci is going to be on Netflix? I have no idea, honestly. It'd be cool if it was, since I feel like it introduced it to a lot more people. But there is no sign of it. I don't know how many anime go on Netflix. But it'd be cool if it was. Oh, Bocchi the Rock is coming to Netflix? It is? That'd be really cool, because I feel like if it was, like, it'd introduce it to so many more people and could possibly get it more popularity to more mainstream audiences as well, which would be awesome. Yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once won that Oscar for Best Picture, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress, and Screenplay. Yeah, absolutely deserved. Just a phenomenal movie all around. I love that movie. Just... Okay. Now, going back to this. Okay, what Konosuba moment? Okay, let's go, Konosuba. What Konosuba moment would you have liked to see adapted the most into anime, but was sadly cut? 100% the Dust Swap chapter. Like, either the Dust Swap chapter or some of the romance scenes from the movie. Because, like, there were actually a couple more between Kazuma and Megumin that were actually really, really nice, that were in the light novels that unfortunately weren't in the movie. I still love the movie. I watched the movie first before reading the light novel, but if I was gonna have to choose one thing to put back into the anime that was cut, it'd be one of those two, either the Dust Swap chapter or those really nice romance scenes between Kazuma and Megumin that were cut out of the movie, very unfortunately, because they were great. Just like that's the main reason that I continue reading the light novels, because I wanted more and it was so good. And it very much continued doing that, and I was very satisfied with that. So yeah, I'm currently reading the 8th volume in the light novel. Let's go! How often do you stream? Okay, not gonna lie, before I was streaming like twice a week on every weekend and stuff, but I think for a YouTuber and stuff, for someone who actually needs to produce videos, that might have been a bit too much. So I think for now, the one thing that I have been very consistent with is usually I do it in my time, in Australian time, Australian Eastern Standard Time. It's 11 o'clock a.m. on Saturdays, which for most people in America would be Friday evenings, and I usually do that every week. I just didn't do it for the last 2 weeks because I was really getting into the video and stuff, and I really needed to finish it then. But usually I'd stream like every Friday evenings for you guys, and usually it's just chatting about stuff. It's really not anything like super professional or well produced. It's just chatting with you guys about fun stuff. Since Konosuba was brought up, I want more Konosuba. When I start reading the light novels, should I start from the beginning or skip to where season 2 left off? I'd highly recommend you read it from the beginning because, once again, there is cut content. But especially in volume 5, which was adapted into the movie, because there was a lot cut out from volume 5 and the movie that was in the light novels that were really cool. So I'd 100% recommend reading it from the start, but volume 5 especially, and volume 6 is where all the new stuff starts coming in. Why not just stream about making a video? Oh, that's because making a video is an extremely boring and slow and painful process that is not very fun to watch. I mean, I still enjoy doing it, but a lot of it's just stuff in my mind. I'll just be sitting there in front of the script, the blank script, and you guys will just be watching and you'll just be losing your minds. And I'll just be typing the one sentence, and then and they'll go back and recorrect it and stuff, and I'll just be cutting and pasting paragraphs and moving it so it makes more sense and stuff. It just won't be very fun to watch, so... Oh my gosh, the Bochi copy pasta once again. Wow, it's an Australian man. Hello. I still don't get why Schizophrenia and Bocce the Rock are always together at all. The fan base. What can I say? As an animator, I can confirm that it's boring. Exactly. It's like, I know people do like art streams and stuff like that, but they also need to talk to chat. Like, I learned that the hard way. The last time I tried doing a drawing stream, I realized that I can't talk to chat and do art at the same time. It's a very underrated skill, actually, and because drawing requires a lot of focus. I need to be putting all my concentration towards just that. So if I'm not doing that and I'm also looking at chat, I'm not going to be able to draw properly. So yeah. Do you think Konosuba would still be great if Kazuma was more typical MC with no power, Aqua was a caring positive goddess, Darkness was a true noble, and Megumin was a traditional maze? No. Because like, I feel like Konosuba lives and breathes and dies on its characters. So if you've changed the characters fundamentally, you'll have a completely different show. That's like asking, oh, what if Seinfeld had starred amazing people? Like, it's just like, what? So a different show, basically. You're basically saying, what do you think it would still be great if it was a different show? It's like, I don't know, maybe if it was done really well, but I probably wouldn't watch it because it'd just be a typical isekai. So okay, have you read the light novels for Mushoku Tensei, or are you still waiting for the second season? I am waiting for the second season. I haven't read the light novels for Mushoku Tensei, although I have been recommended it a lot, but personally, I am happy with waiting for Mushoku Tensei, since, like, the reason I read the Konosuba light novels is because there was no real confirmation of whether it would get a season 3, and, like, it only got announced fairly recently, and there was just so much still to go. Whereas with Mushoku Tensei, I can't help but feel like the anime is planning to go through all of it. Like, they created an entirely new studio, the people working there are very dedicated, and it just seems like they're in it for the long game. They're going to adapt this whole thing, and you just get that sense from it. So with that, I'm happy to wait because I want to experience the show in its full glory, animated with sound, and I want to experience it like that. I'll probably read the light novels at some point because I know there's probably stuff and internal monologues that was cut out as well, and that'd be a very interesting experience as well, but not yet. So I'm happy with waiting for now. The Bochi sub is outright unhinged, and I kind of love it. Yeah, I mean, from my experience, what I've seen of the Bochi fandom so far, they are unhinged and crazy, but it's not too bad. Like, it's not on the same level as, like, whatever happened to Spy Family or the sort of thing that happened with K-On!, like, where everyone is a Nazi for some reason. But with Bochi, everyone's just kind of crazy, but in an entertaining way, and I'm just like, cool, so long as you don't go bad on me, then I'm fine with this. Okay, what was the first anime you watched? For me, it was... Okay, it depends on what you consider to be the first anime. I watched Pokemon when I was a kid on YouTube and stuff like that. But then after that, when I was like a tween, I watched Naruto, which I considered to be like my first anime. And then soon after that, I started watching other shows like My Hero Academia and stuff. And from there on. But yeah, in my mind, Naruto is the first anime that I ever watched, but technicality-wise, I watched Pokemon first, so yeah. How do you feel about Goku being the 6th most searched person ever? That is... I didn't know that. That is a really cool fun fact. Okay. Konosuba is baller. Okay. Thoughts on Cowboy Bebop? Okay. I've only watched the first episode of Cowboy Bebop. And I watched it and went, damn, that was great. That was a masterpiece. And then I proceeded to never watch the next episode for some reason. Like, I don't know why. I just never got around to it. But I watched the first episode and thought, wow, this is great. But at the same time, I didn't have much desire to watch the next episode either. I'm sure I will at some point. But for now, I just never got around to it. Because, like, it was already a kind of... It seems very episodic. Like, each episode is kind of its own internal story. Which is cool. But like now that I'm getting used to a lot of continuous stories where each episode continues on from the previous story and each episode isn't quite complete until you finish the full season. So when there's an individual story in each episode, it's a different experience, and I'm not as like going into binging it and stuff like that, and I'll just watch one episode at a time. But yeah, it's really good. Probably should have put in this forums that have you seen Ranking of Kings? No, I haven't, but it seems really good. I'll probably like it if I do decide to check it out. Okay, 31 response to the forum already. Do you think I should close it? I feel like I might regret it if I let it go on for too long. Have you been feeling like Spy X Family is starting to drag? I don't know. I have difficulty caring about some of the recent episode. Yeah, I talked about this on a previous stream as well, but I feel like that's what a lot of people are feeling. Just in regards to the show's pacing and what's been happening as of recent, it's just kind of lost that kind of sense of... It was a lot better before, where it was like, you know, super interesting and stuff, and like we knew where it was going. Whereas now it's just kind of, you know, fun family stuff where it's just like I still haven't caught up on it. I've only watched a couple. I'm a bunch of episodes in to the second season, but I haven't finished it yet. And I didn't really feel like there was much need to, especially considering that I've already read through like a lot of the manga and I'm pretty much up to date with it, aside from like the last few chapters. But yeah, for some reason it just felt like it was paced better in the manga. Like it was a lot easier to go through all of it and stuff, and it was still super interesting. Whereas with the anime, it's like, yeah, okay, everyone's kind of losing interest now, which is kind of unfortunate, but you know. I feel like no one ever counts Pokemon because it's so mainstream. A lot of people don't even seem to realize it's from Japan. Exactly. It's like, does this really count? Okay. What do you mean I'm not gay, but $5 is $5? What are you talking about? If you don't say you loved it, I'm gonna free. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Mark went away. Okay. Watch it. Brendan's literally me in that regard. For real, I watched Pokemon since birth and Naruto ritualistically in childhood, even without a Crunchyroll app or an iPod. Yeah, Spy Family should be a one and done. I mean, I don't know, because I liked the way that the manga was going. I just feel like the anime didn't adapt it fast enough. Okay, but Cowboy Bebop is one of the only shows that I actually prefer it in the dub. Yeah, that's very interesting. I've heard a lot of good stuff about the dub. Overarching narrative, you learn about, yeah, Sloki's past and his inability to let go of it. Okay. Oh yeah, you're talking about Tanya. Yeah, I'm replying to chat instead of the forums since, yeah. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop is somewhat episodic, but it does have an overarching story. Yeah, that's definitely what it feels like. Like, it has an overarching story, but it's also episodic. It takes the concept of Chekhov's gun and makes it a firing squad. It ties up so many loose ends beautifully. Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch it because I know it's a masterpiece that's, like, super well respected amongst everyone. So, I'm not going to skip it. I'm definitely going to watch it. It's just the question of when. What do you think of good anime for beginners? I already recommended this at the beginning. If you want to go back to my actual explanation for it, then you can rewind. But I said Demon Slayer and Death Note probably. Yeah, Toradora is great. Just watch my video on it for my thoughts because I got to catch up on chat. Not gonna lie, Spy. Okay, now that you're reading chat, opinion on Netflix adaptations. I'm pretty sure most of them suck, so I don't usually bother with them. Like, I saw how the Cowboy Bebop live-action adaptation looked, and it just didn't look good at all. And, yeah, I had same kind of thoughts on like Disney live action remakes. It's like there's no point. What's the point of getting something animated and then making it live action? Like you're just making it worse. Like you're removing something. Like the animation is part of the reason why I liked it in the first place. So what's the point of removing the animation? It's just weird. Cowboy Bebop is just straight up excellent television. I would recommend it to pretty much everyone. Yeah. What did I miss? Also, I am left with just new name and I made my drawing my profile pic. Cool. Good to see you here. I mean, they're right. $5 is okay. Okay, Cowboy Bebop also happens to be one of the shows with an amazing OST. Gotta say, I went to bed playing Space Lion on multiple nights. I watched the Elements Shadow dub. It's great, except I have Atomic. That was much better in the sub. I'm still not sure if I want to check out Eminence, honestly. But yeah, cool. Hey Brendan, how do you feel about Goku basically solos all of fiction besides the people in his own verse? I haven't watched Dragon Ball. I'm not interested. Goku can do his Goku stuff. Honestly, Spy Family is starting to feel like if you know later seasons of Steven Universe where no plot is being pushed and it's just stagnant with the characters. Yeah, it kind of... I didn't feel that way when I was reading the manga since it was all continuous, but I think having that seasonal break in the middle definitely grind things to a halt. And especially with anime adaptations, everything's a lot slower, so it kind of reveals all the flaws that you wouldn't have normally noticed when you're reading the manga. So yeah. Netflix can't even translate properly, let alone adapt anime. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people roasting them about that. The Netflix dub of Evangelion was utterly awful, and the Bochi sub seems pretty terrible too. Oh man, that's not great. Fun fact, the creator of Cowboy Bebop hated the live action adaptation and went out of his way to roast it on the internet. I saw that! That was great! I mean, I would too if I were in his situation. Like, bro, what did you do to my baby? Just, why? The first anime I ever watched was Glitter Force. Okay, Netflix makes a lot of shows worse most of the time. The JoJo fan base was dead for a while. Yeah, it is a travesty what happened to JoJo's Part 6. I watched through all of it, and it was actually really good. Especially the ending. I was like, dang, I was not expecting that. But then I look online and stuff, and there's like zero hype for it. Nobody's talking about it. And you want to know why? Because Netflix decided, hey, instead of doing it week by week, which is kind of a tradition with JoJo's things and like helps like bring the fan base alive, we're just gonna drop all of it at once. No discussion needed because it's done. Like, okay, really? It's sad. It is just like, bro, just like everyone's just begging them, like, just release it weekly, but they still want people to binge. So it's, yeah. Yeah, manga over anime over live action, but most people act like the manga is relevant, making the complaint about live action somewhat incomplete and weird. I mean, I definitely agree that manga and anime are better than live action, and usually the manga is better than the anime, but that's for the reasons that it's coming directly out of the author's head, and making it the way that it's intended to be. But sometimes the anime actually improves on aspects of the manga, but usually the manga is better than the anime because like that's how it's originally intended to be, whereas the anime is someone else's interpretation of it, which, you know, can a lot of the times be good, but sometimes doesn't quite line up with that. So usually the manga is just more accurate. But yeah, I'd say that definitely. Oh man, people are arguing about Goku. Really guys? Man, okay. I'm gonna just have to skip. Okay, why would you wait? Why would you want to wait for stuff instead of having most of it from the start? Because the discussion, they didn't want to. When episodes are released weekly, it means that you can watch that episode and now you have a chance to talk about it with everyone else, and you can go, oh, that episode was so well good. It's more digestible when you're releasing it week by week because it brings alive more of the discussion. How did they adapt this episode, and what do you think they're gonna do in the next episode, and that sort of thing. But when you just drop it all at the same time, there's not really any discussion anymore because like talking about individual episodes is not going to be as easy. You can only really talk about the thing as a whole, and there's just not going to be as much hype around it because, you know, there's not going to be any sense of anticipation for the next week. It's just done. So, yeah. Okay, Netflix have a talent for just killing every ounce of hype for their series. Yeah, Netflix really needs to work on their advertising because they are doing a terrible job of that. Like, just... I don't want to criticize, you know, like big companies and stuff like that in case, like, you know, but like I don't like like there are so many great shows that would be great if people were to see it, but Netflix just doesn't market it, and like they just really need to work on their advertising department because like they could really be doing a better job. Is it bad that my first anime was Tokyo Ghoul? No, I don't think so. I feel like that's a fairly popular one, but I haven't seen it. Yeah, exactly. Because it generates hype. You need that sense of hype because you want people to look forward to the next week. There's no sense of anticipation for the next thing if you've already released it. So, yeah. I'm ignoring all the Goku comments. Sorry, guys. Brandon, if you read manhwa and read Slave B, it has so many plot twists and almost made me want to cry. Okay, cool. Unfortunately, I do not read manhwa, but I might someday. Just comment it down below so I don't... It's all there, at least, and I might not forget about it. The Steven Universe bombs are surely not the only time that's been done before. Exactly. Mission Impossible and many other films would release their features in episodic parts. Okay. Well, above all... okay. Okay, sorry guys, I really need to get to this because there are 35 things there and I need to... Okay, so I'm gonna ignore chat for now. I'm the only one talking on YouTube. Okay, I gotta go back to these responses now because I'm gonna have to ignore chat for a little bit, guys. Sorry. Haruhi fans who lived through Endless 8 turning into a blind eye to the dropping an episode once a week is better discussion. Okay, but you gotta admit, that was a historic event. If it just dropped it all at once, people would have just gone, oh, and just skipped over it. And like, there's not much to talk about. But the fact is, Endless 8 was an entire internet phenomenon that cemented itself in history as being one of the biggest things ever purely for that. So, you know, Haruhi kind of became like, it kind of is really still very famous for that. So I still think that kind of ended up working out better for the show in the end because it's still publicity and like it's still kind of infamous for that. I don't know. Okay. If you had the choice to enter an anime from your choice, what would it be? Enter? You mean like live there? Probably something like Bakuman. Which literally just means to go to Japan and make manga there. But I don't know. I'm not really interested in going to another world, to be honest. Like, if I had to choose, like, going to another world one, I'd probably choose Konosuba, since it seems really fun and stuff, and just lively, and the world is crazy and stuff. But, like, in regards to, like, honestly, I just want to continue living in my world, and with my life, which I'm happy with, so... Okay, I'm gonna continue going through these. Okay. Do you know any animes without all the fan service, like more appropriate? I already answered that question before, so I'm going to skip over this one. But yeah, thank you. The actual plot in High School DxD. I saw your mail and that you started watching it. Yeah, what do you think I mean by plot? I typed watching for the plot and yeah, it's pretty obvious why. But yeah, it's a cool show. It's entertaining, it's fun, and you know, it has all the aspects that's you'd be watching it for in general. So yeah. Okay, what's your favorite part of streaming / making videos? Okay, I love streaming first because it's just fun. I like talking to you guys and I like talking about whatever. It's just super fun talking with you guys and my audience, to be able to do whatever, since like just having that kind of audience interaction with people is just really fun, especially when people join onto the streams. I just stream because it's fun, because I enjoy doing it. And you just have a lot of fun talking to people. And the best part by far of making videos and stuff is the satisfaction you get out of having worked on something for a long time and having completed it and a lot of people see it, and the numbers go up, and me go woohoo. But it's really satisfying from that. Obviously, not every aspect of video production is going to be, you know, a fun one, because there's a lot of work involved, but it's a fulfilling kind of work. Like, you spend a lot of time writing this script, and you spend a lot of time editing the video, and in the end, when you've completed that thing and put it on YouTube, it's super satisfying when a lot of people see it. So yeah, you just get, I do both. I do the streaming for the fun and the YouTube videos for the emotional satisfaction I get out of it. So by far it's that. Okay, hey Notaku, hi! Brandon, hi! Sorry guys, once again, I'm only gonna look at chat if it's like very small stuff, not full-on paragraphs, since I have to read through all of this. What happened to your mic? Or was that just me? Did something bad happen to my mic? This is my mic. I love how Notaku joins and everyone's like, Rem is mid. We're never gonna let him forget. Okay. Okay, Goals on Panzer. Also, last video was great. Thank you. I always appreciate a good compliment. But Goals on Panzer, yeah, I still haven't seen it. I'm still kind of unclear what it's about. So yeah, Emilia being a very terrible character in ReZero, and how you refuse to acknowledge Ram as best goal. Yeah, this is definitely from a Ram fan, since you know, but no, I'm just gonna move on and ignore you. Bye. What show you're gonna watch next season? Again, I gotta do that on another stream, since like that's an entire discussion in itself, but I'm definitely gonna watch Oshinoko. And I'm not fully sure of everything that is being released next season, so that'll be fun to discover. Can you solve a Rubik's Cube? Yes, I can actually, but I didn't learn it for myself. I learned it because like someone at school, like, cause my little brother has a Rubik's Cube, but it was already solved. And he likes to just do algorithms with it and stuff. So like, you know, just like doing the same thing over and over again until it returns back to normal. But then some random kid at school messed it up for him and he didn't know how to solve it. So basically I went, okay, I'm just gonna have, as his big brother, I'm just going to figure out how to solve it myself and then teach him how to do it so that he like it isn't in that situation again. So I spent a while looking at YouTube tutorials and figuring out how to solve the Rubik's Cube. Then I told my little brother how to do it and he was really happy with that. And then he ended up getting obsessed with Rubik's Cubes and how he has like 7 of them. All different ones of varying levels of difficulty. There's one like 5 with 5 rows instead of 4, one with 2, some completely different shapes and sizes. He just got obsessed with Rubik's Cube and he keeps wanting to buy more. So, you know, that was fun. Brandon, actually a good brother? Impossible. Yes, I know it seems out of character, but it's... it's true. Okay, everyone's arguing about Rem is mid. I'm not even talking about that right now. What? Mike's muted. Well, whatever. I just restarted my audio interface just in case. He fell for the oldest trick in the book. Haha. That's not even a trick, you guys. That's just being misleading. Like, what if you guys do a Boy Who Cried Wolf situation and I actually think that, and my mic is actually muted and you guys can't hear me, but I think, they're just tricking me, and then I don't restart it and then I continue on it and then everyone else is screaming because they can't actually hear me. That'd be bad. So Brandon, your Twitter URL got changed midstream. I tried to warn you. Whatever, better safe than sorry. I don't regret that. Hey, Brandon, is it bad that my first anime is Overflow? Also Ram best goal. Yeah, I think that is bad because that's not an anime. Brandon, do you acknowledge Notaku as the one and only Lord and Savior? No, I do not. He is not our Lord and Savior. In fact, he is quite the opposite. Sorry, Notaku, that I'm not trying to be mean. Overflow is pretty decent. It's not an anime, Notaku. You can't do that. Okay. Are you excited for the new Megumin spin-off coming in spring season? Yes, I am. I'm always excited for new Konosuba content, as always. But my main concern with that is like if they're just gonna adapt it right and stuff, because like I feel like they would probably, if they want it to be good, they'll probably need to change a few things to because I feel like the light novels were good and I enjoyed reading them. But it's possible that if you just adapt it directly to anime, it might seem a bit uneventful, especially since we've gone so long without any Konosuba for several years now. So I'm hoping that they do add a few things to make things a bit more exciting near the end and make things like more satisfying, especially considering I haven't had anything for this long, rather than just adapting it directly. And I also hope that it's like the animation is at least decent and not cheap like some of the trailers made it look like. But yeah, Brandon, how close are you to being done? I don't know. I'm about a third way through these responses. Okay. Have you heard of Tensei Ojo Toad Tensei? I can't pronounce. I don't know how this is. Why can't you people just provide the English name? I've never heard of this. Let me type it into Google. Let me find this. Just use the English name, for Christ's sake, people. The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnate. Nope, it's an isekai, so I'm definitely not gonna see it. I'm sorry, I'm not an isekai fan. The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady. Okay. I don't know. I think I might have seen some clips from this, but nah. Sorry, I'm not an isekai fan. It's an isekai, but it really breaks the mold, is 100 times more interesting than generic fantasy anime. I'd recommend it. It's about to air its last season episode of its first run. That's interesting, because I don't think I've heard anything about it. Everyone submit more so we can't finish the stream. Guys, if you submit too many, I'm just going to lock it so that you can't submit anymore. Okay, Brandon, earlier you said to leave video game recommendations in the comics. Is it cool if we leave our recommendations as well? 100%. Go ahead. Oh man, I'm getting more and more here. The doctor's like, stop! Don't let Brandon leave! Don't let him leave! Okay. But yeah, if you give me any actual reasons, because like, I'm always open to isekai that breaks the mold and stuff like that. So if it is legitimately interesting and I hear enough people recommending it to me, and you give me actual enough reasons and give me more reasons as to what's actually in it, God, I keep scrolling down because people keep submitting more stuff. But yeah, oh my God, guys. But yeah, if you give any reasons to what it's actually about and stuff, and it seems interesting, then sure, I could check it out. If you watch multiple anime at once or back to back, do you love re-remembering the stories, characters, music, and settings, or it's simply a matter of just having fun even when it's unfocused with anime watching? I'm not quite sure what you're asking here, but I do love reminiscing on stories. Like I feel like you get like a lot of your enjoyment out of that, just from looking back and seeing how it all went and stuff and remembering the emotions, especially with some of the really emotional stuff. That really helps it impactful. Oh, Jesus Christ, Notaku, what are you doing? Submit, guys, please. Not too much though, just enough. What if we spam you all at the same time so you get them before you lock it? I'll still have to go through it eventually. Okay, good. That show was an isekai where the main character doesn't know that she was isekai'd. Only extremely faint memories. Ooh, that does sound pretty interesting. Not bad. Like one where they actually don't have their memories and stuff. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. What music do you like? Not gonna lie, most of the music that I listen to usually comes from like movies and anime and stuff. So like, anime openings usually, or movie soundtracks, or musicals from movies. Like I really like some a lot of the songs that go into movies. Like The Greatest Showman has an amazing musical soundtrack that is really fun to listen to. Movies like Coco or like Encanto, that also has really good songs. But usually, most of the time, it's anime OPs and movie OSTs, or anime OSTs as well. Like usually, just stuff like that. Okay, what's the next vid topic? Also, what's your opinion on fan service? Okay, I'm not gonna answer the fan service question because I already kind of answered that before. But my next video topic, I'm still kind of considering, since I haven't actually, like, I've got a lot of different things that I'm contemplating on starting, but the most likely one is probably Steins Gate. That's probably what I'm going to do next, honestly. I want a 10-hour stream, guys. We got this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Notaku? No way. You're gonna stay up all night. Okay. Hey, Brandon, which superhero do you like for the gods, like Superman 4 or the street level ones like Nightwing? I just like any that are like interesting. Like, I don't know. I like Spider-Man. He's cool. I'm more interested. I suppose that if I had to choose, I'd probably choose the more street level ones, since they're more relatable and they're more like interesting to get into as people compared to the godlike ones. But you know, it depends on the character, really. That's just the general thing. I will stay up all night for you, Brandon. But Notaku, you're the one who's making me stay here on stream. All in favor of Brandon doing a 10-hour stream starting from now? No, you guys. Jeez. I really need to set a time limit. Okay, I've got 54 responses, so I think it's about high time that I close the responses box for now, and I might open it up later if I feel like continuing. Sorry guys, I'm not doing that 10-hour stream. It's just too much for me. God. Okay. Okay. In my opinion on fan service is that I don't really care that much about it, so long as it's not super distracting or detract from any emotional moments. If it's there, it's there. Sometimes I'll like it if it's the entire point of the anime is the fan service, like with something like DxD or Kill la Kill. They also, like, because like you're generally watching it for the fan service, but like something like Kill la Kill really has a reason for the fan service to be there, a story reason as well. So like it all really depends, and I usually don't like it when it's in like mainstream shonen stuff, since it just comes across as kind of cringeworthy. But you know, as a general thing, I'm fine with it so long as it's not interrupting anything and making it worse. Although it does make things harder to recommend to my parents, which, you know, is a downside. But Notaku's like, no. If I donate $50, will you do a 10-hour stream? You really think that 10 hours of my life is worth $50? Hello, still reviewing my question for 85 minutes in the past, and this 10-hour stream that is making me go, oh. That's how I go. Okay. I'll probably open it up if I get to the end and go, oh, I want to talk more. But for now, I'm keeping it close so it doesn't get too out of hand, okay? Okay. I believe you could make an excellent video on To Your Eternity. Yeah, okay, cool. I haven't seen it yet, but I probably will eventually. How do you think your channel would end up if you didn't know about anime? Honestly, I'd probably just do videos about movies, since that's actually how I started off doing, but then I wanted to talk about anime more since I felt like there was a lot more that I could get into, whereas with movies, if I was to say stuff, I'd basically be saying a lot of the same stuff that a lot of people are already saying, so there's less for me to contribute. But with anime, I feel like there's a lot for me to say and contribute that a lot of people aren't quite saying yet. So, that's why I do. Okay, Makoto Shinkai's new movie Suzume comes out next month. Are you planning to watch it in cinema when it drops? Yeah, I mean, I love watching it. I just watched the Kaguya-sama movie in theaters not long ago, and I loved it. And now I want to watch more movies that are anime in cinemas, because it is a really cool experience that I don't really do enough. So I'll probably will check it out in theaters if it is available, at least, which would be really fun. $51? No, I don't think it. How much you want for a 10-hour stream, Brandon? The people need the content. Guys, I don't think you guys don't you guys need to sleep? Like, isn't it like evening for most of you? If I do a 10-hour stream, most of the people who are at the end of the stream aren't going to be the same ones at the beginning of the stream. I don't know. I maybe would do a 10-hour. No, okay, actually no. I'm not making any promises, but I might do a longer stream if it's something that I actually prepare for, like an entire event thingy. Like similar to what Twitch streamers do of subathons or something, but $53, wow. I'll also donate $50 for a 10-hour stream. God, guys, I'm not prepared for this yet. This is something that I gotta prepare for, okay? I gotta be ready for it. It's not just something I decide out of the blue when I... It's really hot right now as well. I live in Australia, so it's like, and I'm living in a room, and right now I'm in a room where there are lights on, and there's no aircon, and the doors are closed, and it's in the middle of a very hot summer. So, as you can imagine, it is very hot right now. And I don't think... Oh yeah, wait, there's a Lava War movie in theaters? Hell yes! It's the movie! It's the movie! Follow up from season 3. Everyone needs to watch it. It's a masterpiece. Absolutely peak Kaguya-sama. Is it fine to watch Steins Gate Zero before Steins Gate? Because stupid Netflix only got Steins Gate Zero and now I'm spoiled. No, you do not watch Steins Gate Zero before Steins Gate at all. You definitely watch Steins Gate first, because Steins Gate Zero, even though it's technically a prequel, kind of, it very much absolutely requires the context from the first season of Steins Gate. It is non-negotiable. You have to watch Steins Gate first. Everyone who can should donate $50 with a 10-hour stream tag. Jesus Christ, you guys. Sleep is for the weak. All-nighter gang, where are you at? Okay, I'm back to the present. You guys went fast with the $50 tip ideas. God, Jesus. You underestimate our power. I just woke up, Brandon. Well, that's you, Notaku. I don't know what... I don't care. We will force you. Move to somewhere that's actually real so you can stream at daytime for the 10-hour stream. I don't know. It's something that I could consider if you guys really want it, but it's something that I have to prepare for. It's not something that I just do out of nowhere. I need to eat as well. At time, we should just use Go-Go Anime. Me writes a first long response with about 20 anime quotations for 4 minutes. Man, so anyways, I'm closing suggestions. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was really unfortunate. The rich people are in chat, Brandon. Money is not an issue for us. Yeah, it's not necessarily a money issue. It's just my time issue. I don't know if I can handle streaming for 10 hours yet. Do it, everyone. Donate at the same time if you can. Oh, man. I mean, I appreciate the donations, but I don't think I can do a 10-hour stream right now. Okay, YouTube adaptations and how some suck, like Uncle from Another World, and some end up better than the manga, like Children of the Whales, which you have probably never heard of. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know anything about that, and I'm not quite sure what you're talking about there. I'll need to do a bit more research on that, but YouTube adaptations. So, like, it's a YouTube series, but then it gets picked up for an anime. That'd be very interesting. If we do it, we'll feel too guilty. Man, yeah, you have some really persistent fans. I do indeed. Just, I mean, they're passionate. That's nice. Which is better, Bloody Stream or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure opening 1? Probably Bloody Stream. I feel like Bloody Stream's very much an iconic opening, and for a reason. More so than opening 1. Opening 1's still good, but probably Bloody Stream is better. Favorite dog breed? Interesting question. Probably a golden retriever. I like golden retrievers. They're cool. What is your take on the trolley problem? my take on the trolley problem. I feel like I want to come up with something funny, but I don't have anything, so I'm just going to say that it's probably best to kill the one person instead of the 5. But like, you know, realistically in the situation, I'd probably just panic and not know what to do. So yeah, don't give your take. We are doing a test, remember? What do you mean? Okay, the anime did Tanya very dirty by making her evil when she's actually quite a deep and very reasonable character. Anime was worse for it. Huh, really? I didn't know about that. I thought, yeah. Have you heard of the Lord of the Rings anime coming soon? There's a Lord of the Rings anime? I had no idea. That'd be wow. I mean, I'd probably just prefer to watch the movies since they're apparently really good. But you know, that'd be interesting. We agreed to do the trolley problem game on stream. What? I don't remember that. I remember doing something different, agreeing on something different. Tell me all you want. Nothing can unbochi the locked responses feed. Bro, what do you mean, bro? I don't remember. Maybe send me a picture and I'll jog my memory. I genuinely don't remember anything about the trolley problem. Anyways, 2 of my favorite animes out there are Durara and K Project because of the way they represent mystery and supernatural genre. I really hope you check them out soon. Yeah, cool, thanks. Notaku's very nice. I'm sorry, Notaku. I genuinely don't remember. Okay, but yeah, I haven't seen Tanya, so I can't comment on this. But yeah, it'd be interesting that there's like be stuff in the light novels that aren't quite there in the anime. Since light novel adaptations generally cut out a lot of internal monologue. Kensuke Ushio. Sorry, I don't know who that is. Kensuke Ushio. Japanese composer. Ah, he's a composer. He did the soundtrack for A Silent Voice. Based. Yeah. Amazing, cool. Amazing guy, cool. Brendan, you are very good one. I would kill the 5 because the screams last longer. When chat realizes why you like Tokyo Ghoul. Yeah, indeed. Wait, now you're sending me a YouTube link? Okay, what's going on, Otaku? Absurd trolley problems. Yeah, I don't remember this, Notaku. I don't think you've ever sent this to me before. So, yeah. Fire thumbnail, my favorite anime girl. Hell yeah! Based Megumin. Yeah, it was him. He was the one who was responsible for this masterpiece of the song. Legend. Yeah, absolutely legend for composing that soundtrack for A Silent Voice, especially Lit. That just, oh, come on. Absolutely hard hitting, the best moment. We'll send screenshots, one sec. Okay. I would pull the lever at the last second so it runs over the 5 and 1 at the same time. Jesus Christ, you guys. Oh my god. Of course. These aren't even things that I can respond to, so I could just go scroll right past them. Was Rap God in emoji sign language? That is cool. Have you watched the Saga of Tiny Evil? No, I haven't, so I don't have an opinion on it. I'm sorry. ReZero. I don't have anything to say on ReZero because there's nothing to say. So cool, but thank you. What are some of the sad heart-wrenching love anime that make you want to cry? Toradora. 100%. I heard that. What are some others? Like, I'm watching Anohana right now, and I heard that also does the same thing. Same thing with Steins Gate, actually. Even though it's like a sci-fi, it definitely has that as well. Has the heart-wrenching stuff. Just like, absolutely. But yeah, Toradora and A Silent Voice too, actually. Just absolutely heart-wrenching. I didn't think Toradora was that sad, but Melancholy does get pretty intense. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't the sort of thing that would make you cry your heart out, but it definitely was very like melancholy. It would just kind of leave you with that emptiness for quite some time. So yeah. Hey guys, hey Laura, it's good to see you again. I'm on my way to drive home after dropping my son off to house dog sit. It's been a flipping hecking long day. Well, it's great to see you dropping in regardless. It's thank you. Bro, I found your Toradora vid 5 minutes after finishing the anime. Not gonna lie, the video gave me enough time to cry. That's what I made it for. I wanted that video. I finished Toradora and I was like, why has nobody made a video on this thing? I want that kind of emotional closure. So I made that video for my own sake and for other people's sake who also watch Toradora and are unable to get rid of the post-anime depression. So it's mostly for that. Errant Angel beats Midori. Oh wow, okay. Ugly, beautiful, all heartbreaking anime titles that will make you cry. Yeah, cool. Anyone else here don't like the taste of bottled water? It tastes wrong compared to cold tap water. Maybe it's because the plastic, because like when it's in a plastic bottle, generally, like especially if you leave it out in the sun or stuff, the plastic actually leaks into the water, which doesn't give it a very good taste and it's kind of unhealthy. So that's if it's like warm. It should still be okay if it's like cold and stuff, but generally I just prefer running a water filter and getting the water through that so it doesn't have that all the chlorine and tap water taste to it. But yeah, but I wanted you guys to keep me comfy on the road so I don't fall asleep, and I wanted to congratulate Brandon on the Bochi vid. It was awesome. Woo! Thanks, Laura. Thank you for that. And yeah, I'm glad you could join. I can't find it, but I know it happened. Notaku, so I say it's like, Notaku, I don't remember having this conversation. Can you send screenshots? And he's like, I don't know have any screenshots, but I know what happened. It's like, okay. We shall stream it. Sure, we can stream at some point. Snakes would come out of Brandon's tap. Australia isn't quite the thing that you think it is, guys. It's just a city without cities here. Everyone just lives on the edges. We don't live in the desert. Nobody lives in the desert. That's... I'll hop off to watch Toradora, then maybe erase for both for the first time. At base, have a good time. Bochi Goku is $50 for 10-hour stream. No Taku laughs off his chair. Okay. Notaku's logic? Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Just... Hey, I'm happy to join the stream because I have an 8-hour shift tomorrow, which is going to be annoying. Also, watch the Toradora vid, which was so true. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Dude, stop lying to us. We all know that place isn't real. Yeah, Australia isn't real, guys. It's all fake. I'm just an actor. I'm pretending to be Australian. I'm an actor who's pretending to be bad at acting. Oh god, flat earth, you're gonna fall. Yes, we are underneath the earth. We're just, everyone's just hanging on for dear life so we don't fall off the edge of the earth. I'm very trustworthy. Yes, indeed, Notaku. You are very trustworthy. Yes. Okay. Let's go back to this. Do you believe Seth outsculled the allegations? Not gonna lie, I haven't caught up on any, I haven't been keeping up with any of this news, because generally when it comes to the more controversial stuff that's happening in the industry, I just go, oh, that's interesting, and then I just move on, because I'm not a huge fan of the drama, to be honest. I don't like hearing about all the different allegations and stuff. I just care about the shows. So if someone did something bad, it's like, okay, I'm sure that was a thing that happened. But yeah, I really want to start streaming, but I know that making videos is the only way to grow an audience, but honestly making videos isn't my thing and I don't know what to do. Yeah, that's okay. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who still do streaming as their main thing, and for that I probably just recommend doing stuff on stream. Even if you don't have any viewers, get a friend or something who can stream with you. You stream it and then you hire someone to edit for you. So if you have some money, then you can go on like Fiverr or something and hire them to edit the video for you, and you can slowly figure out how to do YouTube from there on like posting videos, figuring out what are good titles and thumbnails, and finding out what will be interesting to people. You can still stream as your main thing. It's just, and you don't need to be one making the video. You can hire someone else to do it, but you can still post it onto YouTube and grow your audience that way. That's just, I feel like that's one way that quite a few people do it. I'm quite sure that's how Ludwig did it, I think. That's just a guess. I don't know much about how what his process is, but yeah. Sounds like me for real. No, Taku, why aren't you doing anything? You should stream more. I mean, we already have a YouTube channel. People like you're just invading my streams instead because there's more people. Why Seth the programmer versus allegations aren't close? Ah, okay. Is it YouTuber drama? Seth did upload a new video and it had pretty good views. Okay. Ludwig the goat. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about these allegations. This is completely new to me, but yeah, cool. I might have to figure out more about this after the stream. But yeah, if you want to stream but making videos isn't really a thing, that's probably what I recommend. Okay, what software do you use to stream? For me, I use Streamlabs OBS. So I use Streamlabs, and like I mostly chose it because it seemed pretty beginner friendly to new streamers, and like I like the interface and it looks fairly simplistic and easy to wrap my head around. So yeah. Politics are stupid. Agreed, Notaku. Politics are indeed stupid. Out of here. Notaku stream with Brandon. Oh, you guys, he's on a lot of streams, guys. You don't need to worry about that. Like usually he joins us for like, but yeah. Sometimes I like to stream by myself as well, since we don't need every stream with Notaku. Sometimes we have him on, sometimes it's just me, sometimes we have other people on as well. But yeah. This man needs 100k subs. Yeah, thank you. Hopefully we're heading towards that, especially because like we're still waiting. This video is still just starting to pick up, so who knows if it gets huge. If it gets really huge, then maybe we would hit 100k subscribers. We don't know yet, but I'm hoping to at least hit 80k after this one. So yeah, I started off loving the idea of becoming a streamer prior to literally starting off in a video making anyways long ways back. I have a fairly complex approach towards both, but learned to serve others. Yeah, cool. What type of PC do you have? I built it. I basically, you know, I learned how to do it for YouTube and stuff. Like I got a case and stuff, and I'm using Ryzen CPU, and not gonna lie, I forgot most of the exactly what all the parts are called, even though I'm the one who built it. But yeah, it's a PC build, and it's really cool. Brandon versus Gigok, who would win? Gigok, obviously. He's got the bigger following and he's more experienced. Who do you think would win? Man, yeah, and Diego has a wife as well. Like, obviously he'd win here. I had to safely pull over so I could direct a person who said something about staying streaming YouTube. I really recommend watching Dude in a Room. It's the One Piece creator from Grand Line Review. Oh yeah, I actually found out about him. I was actually watching Dude in a Room, and I've watched a bunch of his videos, especially the ones on YouTube. They're really cool. I like him. Brendan, whenever you stream with Notaku, the stream length increases tenfold. Yeah, exactly. Just every time. But he goes really in depth on starting YouTube and interviews people and literally tells you the reality of a full-time creator. Really interesting stuff. 100%. What Laura said. Just that. Mr. Beast versus Brandon. Guys, why are you comparing me to these massive, gigantic YouTubers? Like, who would win? A multi-million subscriber YouTube channel who has tons of experience, or this random guy with 60k subscribers who happens to make anime videos and stuff? It's like, I wonder who would win. When I first saw all the quality of your videos, I thought you had at least 300k. Turns out at the time you had 33k. I mean, yeah, it makes sense because I don't have that many videos, but hopefully that's gonna change. Hey, back to driving. Bye bye. Thanks, Laura. Brandon wins against normies. Drive safe, Laura. Yes, indeed. Oh my god. Okay, next one. Now we're getting into math problems here. Okay, watch Overflow live. You want to get me banned from YouTube, guys? Notaku is, yeah. You also love Notaku as he is the one and only god. You guys are just spamming nothing now. Like, you do realize that if you just spam whatever, then it's very easy for me to just scroll past because I don't need to respond to it. It's only the ones that take up my time are the ones where it poses really interesting questions that I need to talk about a lot in order to answer. Okay, what anime do you watch when you're burnt out from watching anime? Usually slice of life, actually, like type shows. Like, that's because I feel like it's just a bit easier to get into because like you don't really need to worry about like you know, getting yourself into the mood of watching this huge masterpiece and stuff, and you can just casually start watching it, and it's like, you know, you'd really feel like it's fine, it's just relaxing. So I feel like that's I feel like that's maybe why a lot of people are more switching to that genre as well, because they go, oh, I'm just getting tired of you know, these types of big anime and stuff, and I just want to watch something smaller and more relaxing that I don't need to think too hard about, and that's probably it. So, what's your favorite response question to end the stream with? Serious question though, what is the deepest thing you appreciate about it or life as it is now that you're not uncomfortable elaborating about on an anime themed live stream, and how it might help teach the rest of us in any way to live our own lives as well? Wow, this is a really potentially deep question that I'm not sure how to answer. You're asking me questions about life and stuff. Deepest thing I appreciate about a life as it is right now. You're not... Okay. For me, this is a very interesting question, especially on an anime live stream. But yeah, this is really cool. So for me, one of the things that I appreciate most about my life is that I feel like I have a purpose. Like, I feel like I'm always working towards something, and I have goals. But like, not everyone needs to have that to be happy, but that's just what personally makes me happy. I've always had dreams ever since I was a kid to be able to do stuff someday, and I feel like I'm on my journey to be doing that, and I'm really thankful for that. And I'm just glad that I'm able to like talk about anime with you guys and somehow have an audience and make money and make a career off of it. That is really cool. And also that I'm glad that I'm just allowing myself to be myself as well, and like not trying to be fake or anything, and just like I just like doing that and like being like that. So I don't know, it's probably a vague answer, but like that's probably the best I can do right now. So sorry guys. I love how a small Brandon versus Gigok joke I made created a whole chain of Brandon versus. This man posts insane videos and they get crazy views, but then he doesn't even have 100k subs, which is crazy. Also, have you seen the new Demon Slayer episode? The fan service is crazy. Oh, okay, no, I haven't, but I've heard about it, and I was like, damn, Demon Slayer with fan service? That's new. I'll probably check it out, but not gonna lie, but like, yeah, this is suddenly deep, bro. Hey, the second question of my responses, let's go. Bro, I'm depressed. I ain't listening to this. Okay, I'm sorry. No more depression stuff. I'm getting back to the normal stuff. It took me a few seconds to realize you're not Gigok when I randomly clicked on your videos first time. You're very similar in quality. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. You're basically Walmart Gigok. I'll take that as a compliment. Gigok's huge, so there's only one purpose in life, choosing. Bro, he's the better Gigok. I'll leave that up to you guys to decide, but I don't want to toot my own horn, so whatever. If you like reading manhwa and novels, I recommend Overlord. It's peak fantasy. Once you read a few chapters of the manhwa, you will not stop and will read the novels. The story is close to SAO but better. It's what SAO could have been if it was actually good. Okay, so I haven't seen oh, sorry, I think I said Overlord when it says Overgeared. But I haven't seen SAO either, so I can't say anything about that and like really have a comparison. But thank you for the recommendation regardless, and please make sure to comment that below as well so I don't forget about it. Opinion on A Silent Voice, if you watched it, of course it's a masterpiece. It's 100%. I will never stop loving that movie for just how amazing it is all the way through. Just an absolute masterpiece in anime, and it deserves all the attention that it gets and more. We have a Gigok at home. Gigok when he actually talks about anime. Yeah, I feel like that's the biggest difference between me and Gigok. Gigok more so gives overviews in anime, whereas my stuff is more about going into deep dives onto the anime itself and like really analyzing it. That's the main thing that I feel differentiates us. I wouldn't say one's necessarily better than the other, but that's like the main thing that I wanted to do. Notaku says, bro, you haven't seen SAO. Notaku, this is like the third time we've had this conversation. How do you keep forgetting this? No, I haven't seen SAO. I probably, like, I don't, it was just never a me thing. Like, I already mentioned this multiple times and it just soared over your head. Come on, bro. Bro, I feel like you're the only other person who has watched Erased because I've not found anyone else who has. Jeez, yeah, exactly. That frustrated me so much because I barely saw anyone do any videos on the ending. Like, bro, why has nobody done a video on the ending? Jesus Christ, where is the video? Like, considering how much of a controversy that entire ending was, you'd think that there'd be more videos on it, but no, there wasn't. It's just so weird. Okay, my brother's favorite anime was Eromanga Sensei. May I ask how old your brother was? Okay, we need to watch it together for like a charity stream or something. Notaku, we just get banned. We just get copyright claimed. You can't watch anime on YouTube. You gotta, it's gotta be different from that. I mean, remember what happened last time when you just played a clip from ReZero? Got copyright. It got blocked. It blocked the entire stream. You couldn't watch it. I had to physically cut it out with the YouTube editor just so that people could watch the VOD. So yeah. Brandon Notaku seems so shocked that Brandon, notorious isekai hater, hasn't watched the definitive trash isekai. Exactly, guys! Why do you guys keep recommending me isekai at every second going, what? You haven't seen Sword Art Online? When I'm constantly going on about how much I don't like the genre. He's like, wait, you haven't seen Sword Art Online? It's like, okay. Any anime being mentioned? You mean any trashy anime being mentioned? Brandon, so I haven't seen that. Like, you guys just act as if like all these anime and stuff, it's just common knowledge stuff. Everyone's seen it. When in reality, a lot of it's stuff that, you know, like a lot of people haven't seen this. Like, just because, I feel like, yeah. Like, you could watch a lot of more niche anime, but that doesn't mean you've seen every niche anime. Yeah. Erased is exactly like the Toradora where it gave me time to cry. Yeah, thank you. That's, yeah, I made that ending as well. The entire last 20 minutes of the video is just a rewrite of the ending. So that's why it's so long, for anyone who's like confused as to why it's an hour long. But yeah, I just wanted that kind of closure to the series, and that's why I made it. So yeah, my brother was too old, not gonna lie. Yeah, that is concerning. But you know, it's anime, degeneracy is part of the culture, so whatever. Oh, important question, Brandon. Do you skip anime openings? No, I do not usually, because unless the anime opening is just like mid or like not very good. But like a lot of good ones, like if it's good, I'll usually watch through the entire thing. Even if it's multiple times, then I'll just be, if the anime opening is great, I will watch through it. I don't like skipping the opening usually, if it's good. You can watch anime on Twitch so long as you delete the VOD. Yeah, that's what I noticed, but like I don't stream on Twitch as much anymore. I could. I still have the Twitch account and anyone can follow me there if they want to. But yeah, I don't really stream there anymore. We'll figure it out. Chat presents a choice, Brandon. Either live stream anime or do a 10-hour stream. I could just live stream anime, get it blocked and go see, look at it. That's what happens. I mean, it's not something that I'm particularly against. I'm just saying it's not going to work. I won't lie to you, all your Discord members probably realize this at this point. Only reason I joined a Discord server was to recommend you Durara, and then I decided to stay because people are chads. Yeah, I noticed that. That's cool. Hey, Brandon, how much would a crypto scam have to pay you for you to sell out to them? It'd have to be a lot, because that would basically mean, like, losing the respect of my audience. I'm not sure if I even would, to be honest, like even if the price was super high, because that basically damages any kind of potential growth that could happen in the future, because oh well, Brandon sold out to a crypto scam, so that's basically sinking my career. Good job, Brandon, cashing out in the moment and not thinking about the future. Like, that's just stupidity. I can't really do that. My mom was going through my manga and the only one she decided to look through was DxD. Of course. Like, I just love imagining your mom going boring, 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 DxD. Ooh. What is this? Uh-oh, you said niche anime, you're gonna summon Jameson. People actually watch your videos? Oh man, yeah, nobody watches my videos. They just show up to my live streams without knowing who I am. I love a Silent Voice movie, but it still can't compare to what the mangas deliver. Oh, I need to read the manga. There's like so much stuff in the manga that isn't in the movie. Like, they do their best. I would have loved if they made a 24 episode anime. Just skip to the ending, that's all that matters. Darkness being a tsundere as usual. What if it was a shitty mobile game? Oh yeah, I'd gladly sell out then. Because like, it's just a crappy mobile game. That's already what I did with Raid Shadow Legends. And honestly, it's not as, like, it's not quite the same thing as a crypto scam. Because like, if it's a shitty mobile game, then it's like, it's just a crappy mobile game. Anyone can ignore it. And like, it's still just a game at the end of the day. I mean, it is kind of harmful, I guess, that people would be getting into it, like, and spending a ton of money on that, but that's nowhere near on the same level as something like a crypto scam, which is like just 1,000 times worse. With a mobile video game, I could just make a trashy ad for it and make it clear that it's a joke and people aren't going to take it seriously. But with something like a crypto scam, you can't really get away with that. That's just, nah. The first video on your channel had Kirito as the thumbnail. Yeah, that's because that originally, that one actually had Mary Poppins on the thumbnail. And because the video is just talking about the trope in general, rather than talking about Kirito specifically. And the only reason I changed it to Kirito was, well, who's an anime character who's well known for being a Gary Stu or Mary Sue? Kirito, so I guess I'll just put him there. Doesn't mean I've seen it. Because like, originally, again, I was mostly a writing channel and a movie channel when I first started this, and I only transitioned to anime later and deleted most of my videos and kept as many as I could that were at least somewhat related. So yeah. Is streaming like... Okay. The game doesn't make people think they're gonna get rich off of it. Exactly. It's not misleading people, the game at least, as much. It's not going to make you go, hey, if you could get to play the game right, you could make millions. No, it's not. And anyone who plays the game knows what they're getting into. They know none of it's going to be contributing towards their real life, and they're choosing to do it anyways. So yeah. Well, I can go on Twitch right now and watch random 4K streamer without any lag, but random stream now reloads itself over and over again once every 5 seconds. Huh, that sounds really bad. Is anyone else experiencing that problem, or is it just you? The stream is fine for me till you mention it, and now it's laggy. Oh, shoot. No problem for me. It seems to depend on the person, it seems. So, I'm not sure, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know anything to fix it, because, like, it might be a problem on your end. You could try closing it and reopening it. Now, no problem? Okay, it seems for most people it's not a problem, so... Okay, what's your process when making a video? Do you write out a draft? And if so, how many drafts do you write before your content with it? Okay, so I've already kind of dived into this in a previous stream when I basically broke down how I made the erased video. But as a quick thing, generally I just start out with, like, the script. So here's what my script looked like. I generally just start out with an outline. I just go, okay, here are the general points that I want to hit. And I kind of have an overview in my head of all the different points that I want to cover. Then I just write the intro, try and find my best to write an interesting and funny intro that's creative and like, it isn't just boring and just go, oh, this just exactly what I expected it to be. But like, you know, it's something that's, you know, somewhat creative. And then I just write the rest of the video. Try my best to keep things engaging and not saying stuff that's constantly predictable all the time while analyzing into the anime. And then I do the voiceover and then I put it into the editing software. And then I go through and cut out all the parts that I'm going to intend to use. Then I add all the visuals and the music and then it's done. But that's a process that obviously takes months. So that's just me going through it very, very quickly and skipping over a lot of important stuff, but just as a general thing, yeah. Yeah, okay. The camera is offline, but You introduced me to Nichijou and Bocchi the Rock. Thank you for introducing me to Chaos, even if the latter does at a not rapid fire rate. Well, thank you. Bocchi the Rock is very, very different from Nichijou. Bocchi is more of just it's completely understandable all the way through. It just has some crazy visuals. Whereas Nichijou is a lot more niche and like not as understandable, and you have to really get it in order to get it. And like not everyone's gonna get it, so okay, the rough draft is the final draft, not gonna lie. It's kind of hard to explain because I spend a lot of time editing through my scripts. I don't just type it all out in one go. So like I'm constantly going through it, but then I go back and go, okay, rearrange this part, rearrange that part, retype this part. I don't like that paragraph, so I'll retype it again and delete the old paragraph or like move it somewhere else, just in case I decide to change my mind later. So I'm constantly restructuring the video as I'm going through it. It's just that I don't necessarily start all over again and write a second draft from scratch like professional screenwriters would, but for YouTube that's definitely overkill. It's just me constantly redoing things as I'm writing through the entire script until I've landed on something that I'm satisfied with as a whole, and then I go. So I don't know, I guess you could technically say that there are several drafts if I'm rewriting several paragraphs constantly and restructuring stuff and reorganizing stuff, but not technically a second draft, so yeah. Okay. How to fix stream lag? Oh god. Yeah, anyways, I think I'll leave now. Have a nice rest of the stream. Thanks for IC Phoenix. Yeah, this is a real problem. I'm not sure how many people are also going through the stream lag, if it's a problem on my end, or if it's something for everyone else. Yeah, thank you for dropping the link, Notaku. That's basically the stream. But yeah, I'm not gonna get into all that. So somehow my entire recommended is just you. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say it's like, Brandon, it's like YouTube just keeps recommending you everywhere. It's just like, well, YouTube seems to like me, so I don't know. See, I'm helpful. Thank you, Notaku. Yeah, you can be helpful. Brandon, I might fall asleep at any moment. I gotta say in advance, I appreciate the stream and have a good day. Thank you, Saberpursuit. Yeah, see, exactly, guys. How am I supposed to be expected to do a 10-hour stream if it's constantly lagging and people need to go to sleep? I can't do that, and I'm almost done. So, what anime this season have you enjoyed the most? Not gonna lie, I don't think I've seen any anime this season, because most of them just didn't look very interesting to me. I think maybe one or two might. What is coming out this season? What are some of the most famous ones? Yeah, not gonna lie, I haven't actually seen any of them, because most of them... Oh wait, no, that's next season. Because like I'm mostly spending my time catching up on the previous season because there were just so many bangers. Well, whereas this season seems mostly uneventful. There's Vinland Saga season 2, but I haven't seen the first season of Vinland Saga, so I can't watch that yet. So aside from that, there's nothing. Notaku was actually asking me to watch Tomo-chan, which, you know, seems fun. I'll probably think it's okay. I've seen clips from it and I didn't quite vibe with the comedy, but you know, the characters seem cool. Tomo-chan sees the main girl seems cute and stuff, and I'll probably like that, as she's a tomboy and I like tomboys, so that's cool. But nah, it's just that the guy's internet is acting goofy. You're good. Okay, thanks. YouTube may like you, but Discord hates you. No, it's not the Discord program that hates you. It's the Discord people that hates me. Know the difference. Yeah, Bocchi is visual chaos and Nichijou is just pure chaos. Exactly. I love how everyone's asking if Darkness is going to do a Rem cosplay. Tomo-chan is... Nah, it's more of an intentional decision. I didn't really want to see anything from this season, honestly. Tomboys are indeed the best, yes. Okay, Tomo-chan W anime, okay. We're Brandon W. Love is respect for tomboys. Yes, exactly. Tomboys are based. Of course, always. Okay. And recommendations for trashy rom-coms? I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch that many trashy rom-coms. Domestic Girlfriend definitely seems like a trashy rom-com that I'd probably end up watching at some point, but I haven't yet. But I've heard a lot of people say interesting stuff about it, you know? So like, if you're looking for a super trashy rom-com anime, then probably that, although I can't really recommend it because I haven't seen it. But yeah, I never yeah, honestly, I don't watch that many trashy rom-coms, so I'm sorry, I can't give much of an answer on that. Okay, but how long has it been? How long have we been streaming, guys? Let's see, 2 hours. Okay, Giguk is obsessed with that anime. Honestly, I'm not sure what to expect from it quite yet. Has Otaku tried to make you watch VTubers after your upload? He didn't need to. I'm already watching them more. He introduced more to me at first, but now we don't really need to. He doesn't really need to, and like, they just pop up on my feed, and I watch a bunch of clips or shorts on them. There's a bunch of cool ones. Like it tends to like vary. Sometimes I'm discovering new ones, and suddenly there's a wave of all bunch of clips from this VTuber and stuff, and it's like, okay, cool. Like Fillion, she's I've been watching a bunch of random clips from her lately. There's a lot of Iron Mouse, mostly Iron Mouse, to be honest. Usually Iron Mouse and Connor are probably the top two most amount of clips that I watch. There's some Gura and stuff like that as well, and like a bunch of other ones. Notaku says I send him clips all the time, mostly Neurosama. Yeah, Neurosama is also, is she something? That's all right. 2 hours? Only 8 hours left to stream then. Okay. So, Neurosama full. Notaku is a terrible influence. Notaku is a great influence. Two sides of the internet, people. Okay. Iron Mouse is based. She is indeed based. I mainly watch Hololive stuff. Actually, that's the thing. I mostly watch English VTubers. I don't actually, now that I think about it, I barely watch any Japanese VTubers, which I'm not sure why. I just haven't had them recommended to me that often. But yeah. Okay. So, I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to open the floodgates. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to take a quick break, bathroom break. I'm gonna put it on the be right back screen. I'm going to open this up, and you guys can submit stuff. And then when I come back, then I'm going to close it again. And then I gotta answer whatever else has been submitted, just to give you guys that last chance. And then after that, the stream is over. Okay? Okay. So, opening it now. And I just gotta pray that it isn't too much that you guys submit. So, you know, Brandon's becoming addicted to watching VTubers. He's gonna start emptying his pockets for them pretty soon. No, not yet. I don't spend my money just like that. He's a VTuber who has like a physics degree or something and talks about stuff like Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. I don't know. I've never heard of that. But okay. Guys, put a whole paragraph in it so he streams longer. Okay. I'm going to put it quick toilet break. You guys can submit it. And then when I come back, I'm going to close it again. Ready, set, go. Okay, I'm back. How much did you guys submit? I hope it wasn't too much. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, camera's out of focus. It just also happened to die on me at the exact same time. Okay, I'm back, guys. Okay. How many? I'm gonna close it now. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. It got 88 responses. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I was like, kind of like worrying that it'd be like over 100. Okay. Where were we up to? Okay, do you have a bidet? Yes, I do, and I recommend that everyone does get it. It's so much cleaner. It is more comfortable. It makes you feel cleaner, and it's just everyone should get it. Like the fact that everyone still uses toilet paper, in America and Australia and stuff, just like it is just like so behind. Everyone should be using water. There's no reason not to, because it's like it's just feels nicer. It's cleaner. Everyone should be using a bidet. There's no reason not to. Okay, will Darkness do a breakdance? You guys are just submitting anything at this point. How was your day, and has your days been recently? Not gonna lie, the last couple of days were great because I finished the video. There's always an immense satisfaction whenever I finish the video and I publish it, and I'm finally reaping the rewards for it and stuff, and I can just like not have to work as much, just take a quick break after those first couple of days after it's done publishing and stuff before I get into working in the next video, and I can just breathe for a little bit and just like watch some anime or something, or do some of the stuff that I'd be meaning to do but didn't have the time for because I was working on the video. So yeah, I had a good time. Watch Noragami, please submit it in the comments. I've got a lot of people asking me to watch anime and I can't watch everything, so sorry guys. Okay, how long have you been playing piano, and are you planning to do another music stream? I actually wasn't really planning any of that. I could if I get a lot of people asking for it, but I've been playing piano ever since I was like 4 or something. Sorry, I just choked on my own. But yeah, I have been playing piano ever since I was a little kid, and I haven't been, since a lot of my focus now is mostly on making videos and stuff, or like video stuff in general, not just on YouTube, but like on working on other projects. So I'm not like trying to be super ambitious with the piano to like become an amazing performer or anything like that. I'm just like, yeah, I just play piano casually now. I don't need to keep learning like to get harder and harder songs. Just like I'm happy just improvising and having fun with it now, and just having it be a hobby. So yeah. Do you own any manga, and if so, which ones? No, I don't own any manga, unfortunately, but I did, in regards to physical copies and stuff, I did remember reading Bakuman, which we borrowed from the library in physical form, and it was awesome. I highly recommend Bakuman to everyone. It's just such an interesting story. It's literally a manga about creating manga, and it would seem as if it's not very interesting, but you just start reading it and you just get hooked, and like just the writing, it's by the same people who made Death Note as well, but like Bakuman is just so interesting and intriguing all the way through, and you just keep reading it and you can't stop. That's what it was like, and we just kept reading the next one. So just a reminder, I predicted the release date, Darkness Over Megmean. Well, it's more like you said, hey, I bet it's gonna release on this date, and I was like, yeah, okay, so I'll just aim for that then. As a result, it might have been like a 1 or 2 day difference if like you didn't say that, but since you said it, I was like, yeah, might as well aim for that. Why not? Where's the civilized world use toilet paper? Yeah, exactly, and it's behind. Why are you not using water and a bidet when the technology is available, and we live in first world countries, do we not? Why are we not using it? It's like there's it's literally better than toilet paper. I don't know a single person who's tried using a bidet and thought that it was worse than toilet paper. Like, it's an upgrade. Well, the Google thing is closed for a biz. Says to redirect my anger at the creator. I was just going to ask if Brenda has seen Hinamatsuri, so no biggie. I'm sure he has plenty to talk about. Oh, I saw you comment that actually. I've never heard of it before. Hinamatsuri. Interesting. I'll definitely save that. But yeah, I've never actually heard of this before. But it seems if it's anything like what you said as how it's kind of crazy, similar to Bochi or Nichijou or something, I'll probably enjoy it. How do you feel about Xeno Goku Solo's Saber Neg? I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, you're just speaking a different language now. Definitely wouldn't be. Okay. Taki, you don't wipe with a bidet. Notaku's asking, how do you clean up you know what then? With the bidet, Notaku. Do you know what a bidet is? The other mess random. The male mess. What? Oh, that kind of mess. Well, you can still get toilet paper. You just don't need it for, you just generally... I mean, you could just use paper towels and stuff as well, but like, you don't need that... You could just get toilet paper. You're just not going to need to use it as often. You just need it for other uses and stuff. Or you could just use tissues. Like... Okay, Taku, you've overestimated me. I don't do that even though okay. How do you dry when you use a bidet though? That's easy. Since it's already clean after you've washed. You just get like a small hand towel and hang it next to you, and then you just use that. Like sometimes you don't even need to, since like usually it's not, the water isn't going everywhere. If it is, you're doing something wrong. But generally it dries off pretty quickly anyway, so usually you don't even need to. I should probably get some sleep now. I really enjoyed this stream. I'll see you all in the next one. Okay, bye. What have I joined into? We're talking about bidets and why they're superior to toilet paper. And everyone's asking questions about it. Okay. I think you should talk about One Piece is so long and Halo's how much longer will One Piece continue? I can't say anything about that because I haven't watched One Piece and I don't really plan to, not for some time. So I can't really theorize how much longer One Piece is going to go on for if I don't know anything about, if I haven't watched much of it and I'm not up to date with it. So I can't really say anything on that, sorry. What do you think of the Discord server and how odd it is? Odd is certainly an understatement. I mostly lurk in the more restricted channels that only like some of the members who've been on there for quite some time now have access to. Usually with the general one, I just pop in occasionally when the less strange people are there. But, you know, it's fun. Usually if everyone's just having weird conversations that I don't understand, then I just won't talk. But if they are talking about something that's comprehensible to me, then I might join in. But, you know, usually I just won't say anything. Okay, sorry, I have questions about bidets. I never used one, so it's a strange thought to me. Okay, sure, go ahead. If you have any questions, ask it. They're actually pretty cheap as well. There's literally, there are expensive ones, but there are also like really inexpensive ones that still do the job just fine. So there's like, yeah, and it's still good quality. It's not like worse or anything. It's just that the expensive ones are usually fancier and have like a few more options and stuff like that. But yeah, the less strange people. Yeah, on the Discord server, there are strange people and less strange people. So, you know, you mentioned general free to the masses. You must be a limit. I did not mention it. You mentioned it, Darkness. I only said the chats that only some people have access to who've been on there for a long time. That is not the same thing. And you just spoiled it. I just want to ask, have you ever watched any of the big three? Yeah, Naruto. That's about it. Literally just Naruto. That's the only one that I watched. And that's because it was my entryway anime. So I probably wouldn't watch it today. For once, I have to agree with Brandon, Darkness. With what? What was it that I said? Okay, back when I used to landscape design, I had a lot of Middle Eastern, Indian, and other South Asian clients. They used the kitchen sink sprayer thing hooked to water hung next to the toilet. Oh, okay. That was probably that. They'd use the water to clean and then a bit of paper to dry. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing... you can still have toilet paper be there. You just don't need to use it as the main thing, since, like, honestly, toilet paper doesn't do a great job at cleaning. Like, it's just kind of inefficient. Like, when you use water, it cleans everything, whereas when you use toilet paper, it's kind of gross because it doesn't quite clean everything. So like, that's why it's much better that everyone uses bidet, because it's like, it's just more sanitary. Bro's so surprised he doesn't even remember what he said. I'm going through so many different topics in Otaku. I'm just cycling through all these different subject matter. So yeah, you're gonna have to remind me. And plus there's a delay between chat and the stream, so unfortunately. Okay, what will your top 10 anime be, and can you tell the reasons why they are your top 10? Hoo boy, okay. A top 10 is quite a list. I'd probably say... Okay, let me look at my anime list. I'll just look at all the ones that I've rated 10s. Okay, how many did I rate a 10? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, I've rated 22 animes a 10. Okay, oh, about the generals. Yeah, I know what you mean now. Brad, the animation is so well done. It's so wholesome too, and you have to pay attention to Hina's t-shirts. Hilarious show. Why is that? Okay. I'm curious now. Me and General Free is a Giga Chat. Yes, indeed. Okay. I agree so much because Naruto is a great beginner anime, but isn't something I would watch again. It just isn't as good as it was when I first watched it. I have also watched so much better anime. Yeah, exactly. It did its job. It was like good for what it did at the time, introducing so many new people to anime. But, you know, I probably wouldn't go back to watch it now. May I send you a friend request on Mal? 100% you can. Go ahead. Medley notations. Yeah, you've been here for a while now, and I know you. I've known you for quite some time. You've been commenting on a lot of my videos. So yeah, go ahead. Shonen is mid. Yeah, unfortunately, as a genre, it is pretty mid. It does its job for introducing people to anime in general, and does a good job at that. Since like I feel like a lot of different anime genres would just be like not vibe with people, but shonen does. But you know, as an anime fan, you know, shonen's pretty meh. Would you say that I'm weird in the Discord? As I think I'm the best person. No, I don't think you're weird. There are different levels of strange. Some people, it's fine. Sorry, what won't you watch again? Naruto. Because, you know, it did its job at the time. It was mind-blowing to me as a kid. Like, what? Violence in a cartoon? It was just so, like, and he has a sad backstory and it's emotional. Little did I know, those are just basic tropes of the genre and it's, like, everywhere and, like, you know, it's nothing special. But at the time, it was new, so I liked it. But I liked it more because, like, it's introducing to me to all these things that anime did that I didn't previously know about. So all of that was new to me. And when you start watching anime for the first time, it's kind of mind-blowing because it's like, you've never seen some of this stuff before, you know? It's completely different. Okay. Oh, by the way, I wish I submitted this, but music taste, I actually answered this before. You can probably go back. But basically, to summarize, yes, I watch... Most of the music that I listen to is either anime OSTs, anime openings, movie soundtracks, or like movie songs from like musicals and stuff like that. Usually that. Pokemon Season 1, best anime ever. Honestly, that's all I ever saw. I just saw the one with Ash, Brock, and Misty. And then after they split up, I just stopped watching it and I never continued again. Because I wasn't really interested in him going with new groups and stuff. I just liked the original trio. And like, when they split up and stuff, I just saw that as the end. So I never continued because I wasn't as interested anymore. Yeah, I had the same experience with your anime and violence. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not really something a lot of anime fans think about, but like, when the fact that anime has violence in it, when cartoons and stuff in general, that having violence isn't something that like most people are used to, it's kind of a mind-blowing thing when you see it, and it's like, wow, there's actually blood here, like real actual blood, and it feels like there are stakes here. It's just like, it's a very new experience when you're first getting into anime. The funny part is I never would have watched One Piece, but my friend said it gets good fast. I'm 1,000 episodes in, I still haven't really enjoyed it as much. How do you get 1,000 episodes in and go, yeah, it's pretty mid? Okay. Yeah. Pokemon got so disappointed after post-Indigo League. They nerfed Ash's personality so hard, and the new cast they brought on whenever is good. Ash was pretty funny at the beginning and stuff, because everyone's just casually roasting each other and stuff. I feel like he had a lot more personality then than like from what I've seen now. Now it seems like he's just kind of a generic good guy, nice boy kind of thing. But yeah, when they were like savage at the beginning, they had more personality kind of. I don't know, this is just a guess. I haven't seen any newer Pokemon, just from what I've seen. Bye bye Butterfree, saddest moment in entertainment history. Indeed, Notaku, indeed. Anime has also spoiled me with its OSTs. Tons of orchestral music, whereas with cartoons, it's pretty limited. That is true as well. Like, it's just such a different thing. There's so many epic soundtracks. Like, I love Attack on Titan soundtrack. That is just like, man. I still listen to it because of how epic it is. It's the Hans Zimmer-esque bigness to it. I freaking love that, and it does it. I forgot the composer's name. He also did the soundtrack for Kill la Kill by Hiroyuki Sawano. Yeah, that's the guy. Sawano is basically the Hans Zimmer for anime soundtracks, and he does a phenomenal job. Everything he makes is just epic in the coolest way possible, and I just love his soundtracks. So, absolutely. Just... I've watched some shows several times and then realized, I hate this. It's like, do I like it or not? I'm not quite sure. I hate this. Yeah, I mean, Luffy is a pretty funny character, and the fact that he punched kids at the beginning will always make me laugh. I will never forget all the stupid times Luffy had. Yeah, that seems pretty funny. Darkness, a son, he is indeed. Help, I turned the Discord into thinking everyone is Jesus. What? What has been going on in the Discord server during my stream? God. Okay. Having played Doki Doki Literature Club, do you think you're likely to get into visual novels as a medium? I have a few racks, although it's questionable as to whether they be allowed on stream since there's a lot of H, normally optional, but it toes the line. Yeah, that is... I am interested in playing a bunch of visual novels, but they're kind of in the same category as normal video games with stories for me, since like, yeah, I'd like to play them, and they seem interesting, but they're also very long, and I'm not sure if I can make that time commitment. This is just so long, and it's gonna take a long time to get through. Okay. But like, I'm still interested in doing it. It's just that the reason I got through Doki Doki Literature Club is a lot shorter, and I know most visual novels aren't like that. So, I am still interested though. How do you get out of your comfort zone most while remembering to live in the moment? Specifically, how do you go about making new friends and cherishing the ones you managed to keep? Okay, there's two separate questions here. Finally, Kyoka, wondering which Alina, the ones within and Shadow's House are some of anime favorites of mine to this day. Yeah, cool. Thank you for that. But yeah, get out of your comfort zone most while remembering to live in the moment. It's just a thing of remembering that, you know, you only live once. And you want to make the most of what you have now. So I don't want to, you know, live in regret of not having done the things that I really wanted to do. So I just do it, you know, like whenever I want to do something, even though I don't know how, I just have to find a way. So that's what I do. And I love talking to people and making friends. Even though I'm not very good at it, I still love doing it. So, do you have a part-time job? If not, how do you pay the bills? Okay. So, I do not have a part-time job. I used to work, before I used to work in a separate field of videography. I also used to I've told this to a lot of people by now, so a lot of you already know this, but I used to make wedding films and videography for different businesses and clients and making promos and stuff like that. But now that my YouTube has gotten a lot bigger and now that it's making enough money for it to be sustainable, I now rely on YouTube fully. And that's what I'm doing right now. And also I live with my parents, so you know, that's really helpful. I do contribute though. I do help pay for the bills. It's just that I'm not doing it on my own. So it makes things substantially easier. So I'm making the most of it while I'm still living with my parents now. And like, you know, if I have the chance to do this and I don't have to be under the strict thing where I have to pay for everything, then I'm going to make the most of that while I still can, you know, because I'm still young. So, oh yeah, Kohei Tanaka is the composer of One Piece and the music feels very Hollywood-esque. Yeah, I keep, okay, my brother watches One Piece, so like I'd hear them watching it on the TV and stuff, and I'm just listening to music like, damn, that goes hard. It's good. I like a lot of soundtracks. Reminder that Randy killed best girl. Yeah, okay. How have you kept up with AOT, or do you think it's been dragged out too long, as in release of parts and stuff? Actually, I actually talked about this before. It was on Twitter, so you know, a lot of you probably haven't seen it, but I actually don't think Attack on Titan has been dragged out for too long. I just think its naming for each of the seasons is really peculiar and funny. Like, they did not need to name it like that, and like, but story-wise, no, it's not being dragged out at all. I think it's definitely paced exactly how it needs to be, and is going in exactly at the right speed that I want it to be. I haven't caught up with the newest stuff yet, but I do plan to, and I do think that so far it's been paced really well, and I don't think it's being dragged out at all. Like, I know some people are annoyed at, like, you know, the naming of the release parts and stuff, but for me it's more just a jokey thing, like, haha, I can't believe they called it Final Season Part 3 Part 1 when you could, it's just like, bro, just call it Season 6 or whatever. But the only thing that's stupid about it is the naming, not the story itself. I think it's paced perfectly fine. Okay, so will you play / stream Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4 when it releases? I have a feeling I know who submitted this. But unfortunately, no, I'm not a Dragon Ball fan. I never have been. I never even watched it, and I haven't played any of the games, so, you know. Do you play video games, and if so, which ones? I already answered this questions before, so you can just go back in the stream to answer that question. But no, I don't usually play video games, but I am interested in a few story-based ones. Do you like the Souls games? Never played it. You should make a video about your favorite most hated anime and hate anime of all time, because I know you watched hate anime before. Don't try to run from it. Why should I do that though? I mean, I could, like, the general concept seems cool and stuff like that, but you know, there'd be a lot to talk about. And I don't particularly hate have an irrational hatred for a lot of anime, and usually if I do, I don't watch it, so I can't really say much on it. Like, if I do hate it, then I just stop watching it after like the first episode or something. Like Isekai Cheat Magician, that one was trash in the worst way possible, so I just couldn't get through it. And yeah, there wouldn't be a lot for me to say. I just think this is bad. That's it. The only ones where I talk about it for a lot are like, it was really good, but then it ruined it kind of thing. Like why I made a video on Erase. But that doesn't, yeah, usually it isn't a hatred. It's just I really loved it, but I'm disappointed that it didn't do better. So, what are your plans for the future and your hopes, if that's not too personal? I actually kind of already talked about that, but like, yeah, in general, I want to make movies, and not quite anime, but I do want to make animated series. And I want to write. I want to do that as my main thing. I'm mostly doing YouTube now because, you know, that's what's accessible to me at this time, and I know I can make a living off of it. But it's kind of just a middle stepping stone. Eventually, I do want to get into the industry of movies and cinema and making animated stuff and being a director. That's definitely what I want to do, if I can handle it. Which I really do hope I can. So, What's the place you live like? We're getting into oddly specific details there. But yeah, it's very nice. I'm just going to give away very vague details here. It is, it's a bit small considering that I live with a family and stuff. And my mom has like, just doesn't like the general kind of the way the house is shaped, because there's a lot of, it's like, you could have put so much space here, but for some reason they didn't do that. And so she kind of wants a slightly better designed house so that space wise it works better. But aside from that, it looks very nice. It is like a very nice to live in. But yeah, it's very cool. What anime do you plan to watch in the future? Oh, that's I can open this up now. Give me a sec. I actually have quite a few. Yes, that is a lot of tabs. I'm planning to watch like Summertime Rendering, Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. I'm still watching the Quintessential Quintuplets. I haven't gotten on with that yet. Mob Psycho Season 3, 100% I'm watching. Same thing with the rest of Attack on Titan, catching up with that. Cowboy Bebop, I also plan to watch that. Cyberpunk Edgerunners is like what I'm watching basically now. And same thing with Anohana. And Angel Beats, those are the ones that I'm watching right now. Ayo. Notaku's listening. Oh, you guys are having an entire conversation there. Yeah, sorry, I already said that I'm focusing on these for now. Yeah, that's nice living in a nice place. Unfortunately, I live in Drogheda. Yeah, I'm very fortunate because I live in Australia, and Australia is actually a super, like, it's a super, it's a young country, and there's a lot of really new stuff here, and it's the type of place that people go for vacations and stuff, and the beaches, and it's just so, yeah, I'm really fortunate to be here. So, yeah. Do I need to sleep? Why don't you watch the stream? Well, it's gonna end soon anyways because I'm almost done here. So thank you for staying up this long. Finally, you watch Angel Beats. Okay, he might actually finish in 20 minutes. My bonus response is literally nothing. My romance. Okay. Drogheda. I don't know how to pronounce names. I've never heard of it before. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, God, is this over yet? Brandon, we know half these questions are from bots because no one watches your stuff. I wonder who submitted this one. I'm not quite sure who could have been from Darkness. Okay, Brandon. I'm surprised that this was only mentioned once during this entire stream. People are never gonna give that up. What's your favorite food? My favorite food? My favorite food is probably my mom's fried chicken. She makes really nice fried chicken, especially with rice and salad. Absolutely amazing. That's probably my favorite food. And it's not actually technically fried. It's more like she just adds a lot of like, she adds herbs and spices and salt and pepper and stuff, and like marinates it and then cooks it in the oven and stuff. And it's really delicious. Like or barbecues it and stuff, like barbecue chicken. Probably my favorite food. Okay, give the people what they want. Do you also think how far we have gotten as a species is crazy? But even then, we are very stupid. Well, you know, there are different kinds of people. There are the people who are really pushing the limits of what we can do as a society, and then there's the stupid people at the bottom. So, you know, there's a yin and a yang. There's people who are super smart and are really furthering us as a species, but at the same time, I feel like the masses are slowly getting more. It's not going in a good direction, especially with how social media is becoming nowadays, and TikTok, and like the internet and unlimited internet access. You're basically able to access anything, and like dopamine addictions, all that sort of thing. It's not going in a very good direction. I don't necessarily blame the people, but you know, it's not yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. Vinland, I need to watch it. The demographics don't lie. The ending was what? The ending was peak replayed and you know it. Huh? The ending was peak replayed and you know it. I'm not quite sure what this person is talking about. I'm sorry. What does he mean by the ending was peak replayed and you know it? I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. I've been trying to make chicken, but there are always some parts uncooked. Yeah, just follow some recipes. Just like you usually just maybe it's because it's super big and stuff. Maybe you need to chop it up or something so it cooks more evenly. I don't know. Yeah, you gotta cut chicken parts more. In 600-ish years, we went from inventing gunpowder to walking on the moon. On the timescale of our species' existence, that's insane. I feel like people don't appreciate that enough. That is very true. I feel like things are kind of on an upwards curve where like we were kind of like this and then we just curved upwards. And even now within the last few years, how fast technology is progressing is kind of insane. It's gonna keep getting more and more insane. And like, there's a lot to appreciate about it for sure, but there are also a lot of concerns, and rightfully so. Bro, potatoes go better with chicken or mincemeat, you know, like shepherd's pie. Okay. I think he means the ending of your race video is the most replayed part. Is it? Is the demographics, the ending was peak replayed and you... Maybe it is. That'd be cool. Oh. You're talking about the last video where Darkness's message that he made me say. Yeah. I posted onto the Discord server basically that, for anyone who doesn't understand what I'm talking about, I basically checked the audience retention graph and I looked at it, and for some reason it curved upwards towards the end of it, where Darkness basically made me say the Neko Brandon thing, which means that people were replaying it. It's like, are you kidding me, guys? Are you serious? How many people were replaying it for it to show a visible difference on the graph out of the thousands of people who are watching it? Either that or no, it also could have been the thing with me getting hit by a car. That was probably it, actually, since like that was very fast and sudden and like it looked very realistic, so a lot of people were gonna go, wait, what? That just happened? I'm hoping that is the case of what they were replaying and not Darkness's weird message. Again, what phone do you have, if you don't mind answering? Oh yeah, I forgot exactly which one it is, but it's a Samsung. It's not the flagship model, it's one of the more middle-ranged ones, but let me check. Samsung. Let me check, sorry. It's like, I should know the answer to this. Let me find my settings. Yeah, okay, it's a Samsung S21 FE, so, you know, it's a pretty cool phone. Oh yeah, actually the last video told me that was peak replayed and you know it. No it isn't. Okay. Yeah, AI animation / art / backgrounds being one concern. It definitely is, but I'm not going to get into that into the stream because me and Notaku had an entire argument over Twitter and it lasted for a very long time, and he's here right now, so it's probably never going to end if we get into that here, but it is definitely a concern as well. The ending of the video was hilarious, but you did a great job with the mood when you started playing piano. Yeah, thanks for that. I was not gonna lie, I was kind of worried that was gonna come across as kind of, you know, corny and stuff. I was like, bruh, it's just Bocchi the Rock, it's not that deep. But like, I wanted to try something, and I wanted to show it's like, you know, like I wanted to, like, you know, she's going out of her way to like do music and stuff, so it'd be kind of poetic if I did something that I never did before in a video and played music during that part of the video as well. So I thought that'd be cool. Notaku's like, I argue about everything. That is true. PC specs too, if you don't mind too. Okay, sure, I don't mind. Give me a sec. So, I have I've got Task Manager open here, so I'm just gonna read that out. I've got an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X, which is an 8-core processor with 16 threads. Memory is 32 gigs, of the, 3200 megahertz, I think. And for my graphics card, I got a GeForce GTX 1650 Super. So I feel like I've probably needed to upgrade that to a slightly newer one, but I never really felt the need to. So yeah, no, that's just my specs on my computer. Let me know if I missed anything important. Okay. And Tanya is actually a good read. Okay, cool. Sub to Brandon or I will swat your house. Yes, indeed, everyone. Sub to Brandon. I'm quite sure most of the people who are watching the stream are already subbed to me, so you don't really need to say that. But yes, indeed, sub to Brandon if you haven't already. Somehow. Oh yeah, a lot of the people who are on the Discord server and have been there for ages, I just take much pride in being, oh yeah, I'm not subscribed to Brandon. It's like, why are you here? It's just like, I do not watch Brandon's videos. I'm just here on the server. That's funny. But okay, I think we're done for this stream. Thank you guys so much for joining. We've been streaming for over 2.5 hours. I told my brother that I'd only be for 30 minutes more, and it's almost been an hour. So I guess he was right. You have subscribers? Yeah, indeed. How to... A little stalking. See you, Brandon. Thanks for the stream. I'm gonna listen to what my body wants now and sleep. Yes, indeed. Some people need to go to sleep. So thank you guys so much for joining. It was fun talking to you guys again for the first time in a little bit. It was nice. So I'll see you guys in the next stream. Goodbye. Thank you guys so much for joining. Bye.